Okay, welcome to session 12 of Traveler Starstruck, the first session of 2023. And when we last left the characters, they experienced a little bit of heat on the planet Ribicure, but they managed to elude the law, such as it was, and they managed to pick up the Savret cargo. They had other cargo. They picked up passengers and everybody was able to get off the planet. And you've made the jump to the planet Prenglaro. Now, you picked up freight, right? So that means that you have to land on the planet Prenglaro itself. You can't just loop around the gas giant and pick up fuel. You picked up freight on Ribicure to Prenglaro, and you picked up passengers who eventually want to get to Flostono. Well, the high passage passengers do. The ones in low passage might want to go to Prenglaro. But anyway, so you do have to land on the planet, but you have a weekend jump. So I'm going to go around and try to see what everybody is doing in jump. Most of you are probably in the third week of study, except for Astria and what was it, Cicely, who would
We're in
be
the second.
in their second week of study. Second week, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Apart from continuing study, what does each player do? I guess I'll start with Brogan.
Oh, okay. Hang on one second. Let me look at my guy. What was I studying? I don't even remember, but I do believe it's on the character sheet. Hold on. First Officer Brogan. Let's get into the bio and info. Tributes. I think I was doing something like combat. Where would it be? Skills, right?
The Prime tab.
Prime.
I went over this
Oh,
before.
Prime tab. Okay.
Yeah.
First Officer, 2-week period skill. I don't have anything written down. Shit.
Yeah.
Was it?
Well, it is your choice. You're now into the third week, so you can increment it to 3 and choose a skill. If the skill has specialties, what you're really doing, when you go from 0 to 1, you're picking a particular specialty.
Okay. God, there was
Okay.
something I was thinking about. Do I have
Yeah,
computer?
you can decide while I go around to the rest.
All right, sounds good.
Apart from study, would there be something else that Brogan is doing?
Doesn't sound like
Picking on Jen's character, man. And yeah,
Oh,
that's what I
okay.
usually am
So,
doing, trying to wind her
Yeah,
up.
it's true.
But she's
really?
not here, so I can't do that. I'd be trying to wind her up and give her shit. I'm practicing. We're gonna say I'm practicing gun combat. I don't know, with virtual stuff, target practice. We're gonna go with gun combat. I got.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I'm level 1 with slugs, so I want to increase my gun combat skill. That's what we're gonna do.
Do you want to
Okay, go ahead.
increase slugs, or do you want to choose one of the other specialties in gun combat? Let's go back to that. You already have slug 1.
Well, I
And
got
the other
high tech.
specialties are archaic guns or energy
Okay.
weapons. So you can go from 0 to 1 in energy weapons or archaic guns, or you
I'm gonna
can
go for
increase.
energy weapons. I'm gonna go for
Okay.
energy weapons. I'll add
Okay.
that
So
to my.
that'll take a single 8-week period, and this is your third week, so you can pick
Okay.
energy weapons. Okay. And you're going to have some of that banter with Astria Gaiden.
Yeah, I'm picking on Astra, winding her up, getting her annoyed, because that's what I like to do.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next, we have. Let me see. Just going alphabetically. Astria can tell us. Well, Jen can tell us what Astria is doing a little later. Brogan, then Ronnie or Phosphor. What do you want to do during this weekend jump? Very briefly.
Oh, I'm gonna be working on my computer study, try to get third week down.
Okay, so you can increment it or bring it up by 1 to 3 weeks in total.
Yep.
Skill of computers. Anything else?
Oh, I think that's about it for this week here.
Okay, Steve, what would Cicely be doing?
So Cicely is constantly checking on the power plant because that's his main job. Once he's done that, he'll be going into the maneuver drives to do his learning for the continuing learning, checking on the cryogenic chamber that he created with the doctor, and then just need to know: did we actually pick up any passengers, or are we running without passengers on this trip?
No, you actually had 2 high passengers
Okay.
and 6 low passage.
Okay, so I'll try to.
Sorry, I'm sorry. There were 6 low passage. You had a 7th jury rig low passage
Yeah,
as well,
yeah,
a
yeah.
low berth. So that's
Cool. Yeah.
7.
So I'll try to make friends with the passengers, and that probably won't pan out that well. We're in a different social setting, so I'll go and talk with RUR, and I'll talk about a whole lot of metaphysical concepts about the universe, and show him the bits that I've gathered from all over our travels and how they all fit into the big, huge universal church of the church of everything. That's what I'm going to call it.
Is that the little rug framed in your engineering
All right,
section?
all right. And I'll show him how to do that too.
Well,
Yeah.
RUR observes, he records, but he confesses that he doesn't really understand it. It does not
Yep.
compute.
And I'll tell him that it's not in the observation that you'll understand, it's in the doing. So please sit by me, follow my lead.
Okay, RUR's floor roller assembly strains to do the downward dog or the other
Yep.
worship poses that you
Yeah.
have tried to
That's all
demonstrate
good. And
to
then
him.
we'll do some meditation and some yoga, well, whatever we call yoga here. And that pretty much is going to be my day. I just need to know if Tomo is going to be creating any more of those gelatinous egg meals, because I really want to just have some MREs on those nights. They didn't agree with me. Did not agree with me whatsoever.
Really?
So I'm not saying it's bad
Okay.
cooking, I'm just saying didn't like it. Not Tomo's cooking, just
It's a fish-like
No,
or crab-like dish where
I'm
it's
going to
either
save. I'm going to
yeah.
save that for people who appreciate it.
I
that's
appreciate
fine.
it, Tomo. You know, you and I, we stick together, brother.
Just
There,
being
there are
honest.
there are there are not vegans. Yeah, vegans in the future. I keep saying vegans, like the star of
There
vegan.
are some
There are
pagans.
vegans in the future, and there are people who might not like fish or crab, or it might disagree with them. Are you like that?
No, 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 no. I eat meat.
No.
It's just that this
Okay.
particular thing just doesn't agree with my biology.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
Well,
All
if
right.
Tomo wants evidence, I'll take him to my head and then he can see for himself the results of that meal.
Well, I hope you would have flushed it because that was like a month ago.
Well, I'm saying if you
Or,
need
are you
if you
saving
need
that for a?
proof,
Or are you saving that for another
Diarrhea?
metaphysical discussion?
that very well may be. How does shit fit into the
Diarrhea.
Yeah.
universe? How does it fit into the
Rogan
universe?
Diarrhea.
Rogan suggests that Astria probably has to investigate this and analyze and
And
maybe
that's to stick a
take
probe up your ass.
samples.
Is this why you were talking about anal
No.
probes?
Yeah,
No. No, guys. Now,
Just
that's what
deteriorating.
I'm going to be doing, basically.
check the screen. Check the screen. See my sign there, or maybe you click the magnifying glass in the middle.
What?
Did
What?
you see
Welcome to
that?
Pinglaro?
No, below that.
Welcome to Pingaro. Prosperity and fortune await you.
There's nothing below it.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to hit show to players. Let me see now. Oh, I know what's wrong. Oh, okay, I got it. It's about permissions.
Show to all players.
Sorry, it's a matter
Super
of permissions here. Let me try it now.
Ah,
Don't even go there. I like that.
actually, I'll get that sticker and put it on my head. Not my head,
There
my
we go.
head, where I go to.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So no,
On your hard hat?
no jelly eggs for Sissery then. Fine.
No jellied eggs. No, crevices can't take it.
Okay.
I like the
Uh,
jelly eggs, man.
Good for you. You can have mine, Brogan.
okay. Tomo, what would Tomo be doing during jump?
Well, when he's not performing his duties, I think he might see if he can engage the high passengers in maybe with some help from Phosphor in some, I don't know, playing bridge or something,
Oh yeah.
or
I'd
something. A bit of
I'd set up some cards with you.
a bit of a bit of gambling. But my
Mm.
study is art.
It's legal in jump space.
Funny how he
Anything's
knows
legal in
that.
jump space, yeah. Does Ronnie have some extracurriculars this time or no?
What
Sounds like he.
I don't think I'll rook the players or nothing. But I might set up some cards and play if people are down.
I'm not interested in gambling, so I'm just gonna chill. I got my feet up somewhere on the table. Maybe I'm having a little bourbon, sipping it slow, relaxing,
Oh,
looking to pick on Astria anywhere I can, get her
I
wound
forgot.
up.
I forgot to ask
Stir up some
Pierre.
fun.
Do we have like most ships who have passengers? They'll have their own common room, and we'll have our own sort of own common room. Is that correct?
is
On board
that?
the
I'm
ship,
sorry. Can you repeat that?
we'll have our own mess and common room. They'll usually have theirs. Is that correct on the ship?
Yeah, I would
No, I
think so.
think
Well,
For sure.
the crew common room would be up by the bridge. The
Okay, cool.
common room where passengers go would be the lower level, I assume, and I assume that's how it's been
It's a
Okay,
key
going
trader.
so
Ours is
far.
the lower level. The passengers is the higher level where the rooms are. So
right.
you have a free trader.
Cool,
Jump to.
cool.
But
Yep,
either way, yeah. I'm in our common area. I'm a
yep.
pilot. I'm not doing this
That's probably
steward
where I'll
shit.
be.
I ain't dealing with that. We let the stewards and let the people that deal with that shit deal with it. I just pilot. And I'm sipping my bourbon.
Okay, sipping bourbon for a week. All right.
Not for a week, just right
For a
now.
whole week.
Yeah.
Oh, no, no. I'm not a drunk. I just sip it. I get a little
Just
buzz on it.
sober up, Brogan, by the time we
Gotta
come
keep
out of jump.
Oh, I'm dead sober when we get out of jump. I don't mess around. I'm on it when it's time to go. I ain't an ace
Stop
pilot.
harassing your fellow crewmates.
Cappy, I ain't an ace pilot for
That's what we
nothing.
do.
Don't you fret, Cappy. Don't you fret. I got this shit.
Okay, and then moving on. Sorry, did I get something from Tomo?
yes,
Okay,
yes,
you're talking to
art.
the high passengers.
Yes, playing some cards, and he's working on his art skill.
Okay, and the high passengers have names. I just give
Yep.
them random names: Alberto Ramos and Uvela Conrado.
Oh, not you, Valor
Last name
again.
implies she's. Did I give it? Did I use
No,
Uvela
I'm
before?
just making.
No.
It's all good, Pierre. It's all good.
Yeah, it's for Verdulin, ultimately Verdulin word for jewel,
Ah,
and not like that she's a singer like Jewel, but her name would be Jewel. Um, and they're not a couple, but it's two high passengers. Ultimately, they want to get to Flostono. Won the whatever it was, the little contest to go to Floston. Um, next we have sorry, I'm really not
it's been a
quick on the
month.
mark right now. Okay, we have Richard, who's not here, but Richard will have to tell me uh, if Ved did anything special. I want to try to involve Ved a bit more in some ways, and that leaves Captain Wilson Derwatt. What would he be doing?
Oh, you skipped over Tony, but I wanted to do something with Tony anyway.
And
I want to
Ronnie.
Oh,
research
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
this crown. Where is it? Um, the crown of Theyrinnanikilgilo or something.
Yeah, it's a big long word I used in the chat, in the Roll20 chat somewhere.
Yeah, I don't have that in my notes.
Just to repeat, this is what Nasser said that the cargo was when you, I think you threatened him, right? You
Only
took
a
it out
little
of
bit.
him, so only a little bit. So this is what he said. Cargo with some laser military weapons. It's mainly gold bullion and the crown of Savernan Kilyogu. Just call it the crown if you want. It's in your cargo crate. It's probably the usual carefully packaged thing, guard against vacuum, explosive decompression, and all that and whatnot. You say you want to investigate this crown?
Yeah, like research it. I don't want to open it up and look at it, but I want to like search it on the library or something.
Okay. From what you would have on your shipboard library, well, it's an issue of whether a piece of information is common or rare. Do you have some sort of academic skill or research skill? Let me see what your sheet looks like.
Have investigate 0.
Quick, Brogan, hide all your illegal stuff.
I don't have any. I have
Oh,
art
you
0
stuff. My name's
too.
not Ronnie.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I still got a little ganja from the beach, man, from the girls, from our little
Ronnie
adventure
has
trip.
been non-criminal so far, and I'm sorry, I'll get to
Yeah.
Virgil in the moment.
But I
You mean
can help
apart
with
from the
computer search.
drug running?
To what we know, Ronnie's been non-criminal.
Yeah.
Okay, investigate might apply since you have 0 + 1 from a bonus. So click on investigate and see if
Okay.
you can luck out.
Yeah, let's look out. So no extra modifiers.
If you just click investigate, your modifier will be included. You got a +1 from somewhere.
Yeah, we need that +1.
Is that me making a roll there, Peter? Ow, pain.
Virgil, I don't know anything about this crown. Can you
Okay.
dig up something on it?
Yep, hang on. Okay, so I need to do what roll am I making, Pierre?
Well, investigate would apply. Let me see what else.
What the hell have I done?
Excuse me.
We're keeping you up, Brian.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm too, but I got streetwise. I've got investigate.
Investigate would apply. I guess you could try rolling investigate just like Captain Durwat did, but it's really a matter of rarity of information. So maybe something beyond your control. Why
what the
can't I
hell have I
scroll
done?
down?
I don't know where I just lost my character sheet. What the fuck?
Just roll better than a 4.
I'll give it a go. I've got to investigate.
Virgil Cole.
I got better than a 4.
Oh, yay!
Not by much.
All right. Ronnie will give it a go too.
It's becoming a project of more than one character, but why can't Virgil roll? What's the matter there?
For some reason, I lost my character sheet.
There we go. Oh, that's Ronnie. Ronnie rolling.
Yeah. I have investigate +2, so.
Any modifiers that I apply, Pierre?
Well, it will be built in to your roll of investigate because investigate is ruled by. Do you want me to hit the button for you if you can't find
it's all
it?
good.
Got it?
No.
There we
Okay,
go.
there you go.
Virgil.
Yeah, it's ruled by intellect unless I declare some other stat word.
No,
Ooh, okay.
there was a modifier thing when it popped up, but I couldn't find for some reason my character sheet disappeared. I had it open, and it just disappeared. So it's and I didn't close it. So it was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Probably made it into a window. It went behind some other window. Was that it?
Check that. It just completely did because it was the only
So
window I had open.
if you double click the top,
Yeah.
it like goes into like a ghost
Yeah,
emote.
it wasn't
Well, that's
that
it.
either.
Yeah. Not
It
that
No.
didn't do.
either.
It didn't do that either. So that's what I thought, and I thought, oh, it was the only window I have open. It was like I had just saw the map, and that was
Yeah.
it. I don't know what the
No,
hell
you
happened.
don't have any ghostly things up top, which were the minimized versions of the sheet
No,
or anything.
I closed
Okay.
everything down.
All right. That's funny, but never mind. I want to keep things moving along. Okay, so your role was quite good, and I think it was just a matter of a different approach because you were researching and reading up on the fact that the Sevrettes are the indigenous people of Flastono, and going back into their history, they did have rulers and chiefs, and let me
Kings and
see
queens
what I
and
can
things.
show you here. Yeah, but of course, technologically, they were limited by their size and lack of technology when explorers came, which would have been the equivalent of the scout service on the Verdulan side. Um, they discovered this, tropical paradise world suitable for beaches, but the forests were crawling with these sevrettes. After a while, with the settlements, now there are many, many different communes have set many different tropical resorts because that's the main business of this whole planet. The Sevrettes have been pushed back into, I guess, what you would call reserve areas, but at least it's generously at least half the planet left. Huge numbers of islands and archipelagos. Um, but the
Oh,
Sevrettes are negotiating for, increased rights and representation under the Verdulan socialist system. And if you dig into the history, you found that they did have kings who would wear crowns, and the crowns would go between the upper eyes and the lower eyes on a Sevrette. If you recall, the Sevrette looks like this. Let's get that back. Handouts. Flastona
Found it.
Sevrettes. That looks like that.
yeah.
And crown. They wear a crown that actually is like a ringlet that fits over the head, but the upper eyes poke over it. Um, but the crowns appear to be made of native materials like wood or plant matter. Um, the crown that you've heard about, though, is a little different because it seems to have some sort of metal thing encircling the wood. So you remember that you also heard that the things called art, probably referring to artifacts, were like
Mm,
bits of wood. So this crown,
yeah.
whatever it is a little different from traditional crowns. That's the only bit of information you can find out.
Yeah. So could this be one of the art things that we've been tracking? That's
It's
been
very
smoked.
possible, but it's made out to be like a Sevrette crown. The Sevrettes have apparently gotten hold of it.
Oh,
When I
okay.
say Sevrette crown, it fits the dimensions of a Sevrette head.
Yeah.
And I'll give you one more fact. Well, Savernan Kiliogu was actually one of the original tribal rulers and chiefs, and it's going back to something like um, it'd be like 1,000 Earth Standard years ago, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. But the name has been retained in oral history and so on. So it does refer to an ancient chief who ruled over a certain portion of the planet, but not the whole thing.
Yep.
Amphibious King Arthur, basically.
Yeah.
That's to be about the same time ago. Well, compared to us and King Arthur, it's the same sort of
Yeah.
thing. But semi-legendary stuff could be all bullshit. It's just locked up in oral culture. The problem with oral culture is the royalty and nobility control who gets to say what. So if you say
Yeah.
something unpopular, your words, tend not to survive. So you get sort of the sanitized, ruler-friendly version of culture.
Yeah. It's just like who the victors write the history sort of thing.
Yep.
Whereas if you have written culture, you can say the king is a fink and put it in pottery, and historians will have a lot of fun with that hundreds of years later when the kings are all dead or something. So that's the advantage of written culture. But anyway, Those are just it just amounts to tidbits. Those are the two things that you've managed to find out, Virgil.
Yep.
And it does seem to be tied to art. This is an unconventional crown. It's not like their traditional crowns at all.
So was I able to the bits and pieces that I was inquiring about a couple of sessions ago, if they come into fruition yet?
Okay, remind me now. You were asking about. I think I have it on last session's sheet somewhere.
It was about the two guys that I'd met. That I think the captain and I met.
Who was
I was instigating an operation.
the Strangleoid guys who were starting the Strangleoids? Or
Stranguloi, what you would call the Skraelings.
Skraelings, that's the word I was looking
Yeah.
for.
These are two retired guys. They were working on it on the Verdulan side. Now they're retired. They expressed that there really wasn't a whole lot to show for decades of research work. It's sort of like trying to decipher linear a language still undeciphered, except you might recognize some place names. The only common place names are names of major stars, like the stars bright enough to be visible over a good portion of the galaxy have the same name in Verdulan as they do in the unknown language. So that's about the only reference you have. It could be an Earth descended language, but they really had trouble piecing it together.
No, it's not the operation I was talking about. Can we go down into private? Because I don't know if I
Oh,
had permission from the captain
Oh.
to undertake this.
oh, really? Okay.
Oh. What?
Did you talk
Right.
to the
Okay.
captain
So,
before?
so guys, the two of them are doing things behind our back.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
I think they've been doing it behind my back.
Yeah, for shame.
Okay.
Right.
Let me go into private with Tony by
Yep.
going into the cone of silence thing.
yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of
Ooh.
you can.
I don't know if
Uh,
I don't know if I brought the captain in on board with it. I can't remember.
did
So
you?
I don't remember.
Okay.
So yeah, it's over
I
to
don't
you with that.
remember either. It sounds
I
like
don't
news to me.
remember
But
either.
okay.
Yeah.
But the rest of you can discuss what you're doing in the week of junk and what you expect to do in Prenglar. Well, you have passengers and freight to unload and things like that. Anyway,
Oh, excuse
let
me.
me see if I can switch to cone of silence. Here we go. Join me there, Tony.
Cool.
Okay. So while they're away, are we plotting anything in? No.
I
Uh,
No
don't know.
plots.
doing things
Probably
behind
not.
the other player's back is just shameful. Nobody should do
It
that.
isn't it, Ronnie? It's
Yeah.
so shameful, Ronnie. Hmm.
I
Well,
I
definitely
can't.
don't do that a lot in my own campaign.
excuse me. You're rolling dice there, Brian.
I was sorry.
Hmm. That's so cool.
This is far from the first time we had this happen.
Really?
Really.
Mm,
Justin's good at this kind of shit sometimes.
yeah.
Cool.
It's normally over text messages, and then like 3 people are talking to me, and I'm trying to write a message, and I'm like, too many
Right.
I think
questions all at
sometimes it's
once.
good to just jump in another chat and figure it out and then hop back in. I think that's,
Yeah.
especially you got some details going on. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Until it hits the fan, yeah?
Yeah. But that makes it exciting.
Oh, we could do a lot more exciting things without having that. Anyway, so we've got the passengers, we've got cargo, and we're going here because...
It's on the way back to Flostono.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have to deliver the crown back there.
Yeah, and I was thinking of upcharging the servettes to get more money out of them, but we haven't found a price tag for it because obviously this is some relic that's important to them.
So therefore, if it's really important to them, do you think they'll get desperate and do something really stupid if you overprice it?
That's what I'm not hoping for. I just want a couple extra dollars for the ship. But if that happens, like Wilson doesn't want that to happen, but if that happens, Justin wouldn't be super upset to get into combat.
Okay.
So what do you think? You want to like try to upcharge some aliens for their ancient relics, or are you guys like nah?
I'm usually stuck in the power room, so I don't really have a say much.
Could you put some sort of price element in there so we could track it and see where it goes?
Ooh, so you want to put a tracker? I'm not a big computer guy.
No, what I'm thinking more of a like some element that we know, or that we can our sensors can track, and rather, so basically it's I don't know, some type of radioactivity or something.
How refined are our sensors on this ship?
And it's civilian, I guess.
Oh, okay. So, well,
yeah, civilian.
I'm just wondering how refined that is.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be able to track from orbit.
Okay.
Besides,
So
you're probably going to Savret Town or whatever.
Yeah, I was just thinking, because I've picked up a whole lot of pieces of bits of planet and stuff from other planets, if we could use a small piece of that on it and then sense that, but if we don't have that sort of refined sensor array or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of some sort of isotope or something from our power.
We can get something out of the power core if you want.
Ooh,
Might glow a bit.
Gormon. I like that.
It might glow though.
We might give radiation to all these little sad aliens too.
That would be terrible. I mean, sorry, that would be terrible. Does that sound better? Well, it did.
Yes and no.
Yeah. Right.
I was camping this year, Steve.
It was okay. A bit up and down, but you know.
Okay, really important stuff discussed with Virgil. I want to see how much I can read. So I decided that some things are so big that I may have to arrange it in between the existing sessions, and I'll talk to Tony about it. But Tony, do you have something that you want to? Does Virgil have some idea that he wants to share with Captain Derwatt? And
Well,
believe
I,
that Captain Derwatt should believe that Virgil might actually have the clout for this. How do you want to express it?
well, I have contacts. I don't think the guys that we met at the bar told us everything that they knew. So I potentially have some.
Even with all my master for a lie about the crashed
Yeah,
ship.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yes. So I have some associates, shall we say, that specialize in extricating people
Oh,
and
Okay.
acquiring information. So I was thinking maybe we should actually acquire the information. I think they're holding out, so that's why I was going to.
Are we gonna personally acquire the information? Because we're going back to Flastono.
No, I've got associates to do that.
You
I
got
want to be.
associates to do the messy work.
Yes. So there's.
Okay.
So the idea is that they provide a service, and they will provide me with the information, but it may take time to acquire it. So I wasn't sure whether to actually raise. I'm dubious about raising. I'm trying to give you less information than you need to know, just to protect you and the crew. So if things go tits up, we're not causing a problem for the company.
All right, I won't tell the crew.
Yeah. So, and yes, so it's kind of like the joys of the world I live in from time to time.
Yeah. Okay. So there are things I want to discuss with Tony in between sessions, but I'll note that that's what Virgil is plotting, and he might just have the clout to arrange a thing, and it's especially difficult under the noses of the Verdulans, because all the three targets, the three assets or targets or whatever you want to call it in espionage lingo, they're all living on Flastona. They're all considered retired. Richard, the expatriate, and then the two guys who were working on the Stranguloi project all their lives. And Virgil is thinking of black opsing them, or what is it, special remittance, or what's the word when the Americans take people to
Uh,
some foreign base?
uh,
Remanding,
Kidnapping.
remittance, or something. Nabbing, yeah.
Waterboarding at
Basically
Guatemala
kidnapping.
Bay.
I think it's like special rendition.
That's
yeah,
it. Yeah. Rendition.
special
Lovely words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
means disappear
Okay.
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because well, Virgil's career was touching on, the humorless guys with the buzz cuts. So
I
he
thought we
may
were
just be
just
able to
gonna
pull off something like
torture
that.
them, not just make them vanish.
Well, you vanish them to a special place where they can be specially treated and tortured, and huge amounts of information extracted from them.
Happy
If they have
days.
huge amounts of information, that's a risk.
Yes.
Virgil probably wants to discuss this with active members of the
It's
intelligence
nefarious
community anyway. But
cooperation.
again, not to go too much into it. He's plotting a big strange thing. I'll have to discuss this in between sessions, and I'll have to open up a private session to do this.
Yes.
Okay, so interesting jump.
Okay.
Just dusting shelves. People are dusting shelves. Um, People are dusting shelves, talking to the robot RUR, but Virgil has big dark plans about committing war crimes, or I don't know what. So
Excellent.
to be discussed.
Yeah,
Has to be
possibly
discussed.
war crimes. We're not on that side of the border.
Yeah, yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
it's a
Well,
total.
there's no war declared yet, so probably before there's a war, you
Virgil,
call them
Virgil.
acts of war. Yeah, acts of war. That's what I'm fishing
Mm,
for.
Yeah,
I have to dust off all this intelligence and military language. Acts of
It's a
war.
Yay.
it's a, it's a grey area.
Hmm.
Well, you want to kidnap two Verdulan nationals who admittedly are retired and had some sort of information at a secret clearance level of some sort, and you want to kidnap them for the benefit of who again? The frontier? Who are you benefiting?
Me.
Yourselves? What? You?
yeah.
Okay.
Me.
doesn't sound
Okay.
Oh,
profitable to
here we
me, but
go.
okay.
We've done this before. Right down the criminal flush drain. Boop. Oh,
Ronnie would be
well,
there, but there's got to be profit at the back of it.
and Ronnie and Tomo
Absolutely.
don't want to go back to prison either. I would think.
Yeah,
No,
None of you other guys want to go there for the first
All
time.
right.
no.
yeah.
Did
Okay. Well,
Virgil find a price tag attached to this crown of the servettes? Or
price
do we not
tag.
know how much it could potentially be worth.
Well, the Savrettes wanted to move this crown apparently from one place to another, possibly to bring out their history. Maybe it has prestige. Maybe it really was on Flostono at some point. But anyway, more on Virgil Cole's invisible secret espionage empire between sessions. There.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So what I'm doing during jump, I'm doing my training and pretty much going through all the intelligence reports that we have on the set where we're on the routes of where we're going to be traveling through. And,
drawing up that, drawing up flowcharts of acts of war apparently, but okay, to be discussed later. I'm putting a big to-do box, checkbox here on my notes. Okay, coming out of jump, okay, the engineering roll and all that has been done, so the jump was pretty much normal. You're aiming for the planet, not the gas giant, and it would be day 101. When you're ready to leave jump, you prep as usual, just in case of emergencies, evacuating the atmosphere except for occupied staterooms of the passengers, all the usual safety precautions. Okay.
is there any pirate activity or anything like that in the system that we're going to be going into?
No, you remember that bit about the pirate activity, but that was sort of to the northwest of you, what would be called spinward and coreward. Yeah, that direction. That's actually hidden by this other map coming up here. But you do materialize. You do jump in close to within 100 diameters of Prenglaro, which is a typical desert, low atmosphere type world, trace atmosphere like Mars. I got a map already displayed here. It's a size 5 world, so if you calculate 5,000 miles, that means that 100 diameters is 500,000 miles or 800,000 kilometers. And you can use you have just jump one. No, you have just maneuver one. So I want to see what 800,000 kilometers takes using the utility.
What's the black hexes? Is that like?
On the moon where there's like a gray, flat, even surface where the lava poked up and then cooled. So the black areas are kind of grayish outcrops like that. I'm about to read about the. I'll read you what the Prenglaro is like now. I think the last time you're in this system, you didn't actually stop by the planet. You just fueled at the gas giant, and you were stopped by some patrol corvettes for a while, but they let you go, and then you left. So,
Oh yeah, we misjumped.
It wasn't a misjump. I think you jumped to the
That's,
gas
but that's
giant
what we
you
told them.
intended.
Yeah, that was our story, and we're
Yeah,
sticking
that's
to
your
it.
story. Okay. Okay. Travel time between the jump point and the planet is at acceleration of 1g is about 5 hours. So I'm using the thing. Here it is as proof. Man, takes me a while to do a screenshot. Here we go. So the proof, very easy. Okay, that's easier than I thought. Yeah, 800,000 kilometers works out to this. It didn't print.
Only a couple hours.
I see it. It's in. I see it.
Okay.
It's
4 hours,
just
4.5, nearly 5 hours.
4.97 hours.
Okay, yeah, you got it. Now why can't I see it? I posted in
Did you
Discord.
scroll down? Oh, that's why you can't see it.
Get there. Do you need any pilot rolls from me or anything?
We just.
I always need pilot rolls from you. Get back
I
to
wasn't
work.
talking to
Stop
you,
drinking
Captain. You're
that
not
bourbon so much.
You're not the universe. You're just the Cappy. I'm talking to the GM.
The GM's gone. Oh, he's back.
Okay, yeah, I think I just had a freeze. That's why I couldn't see it. It was just some kind of Discord freeze, but I'm back. And yeah, so 5 hours pretty much.
Do you
And
need a pilot roll?
yeah, the usual sequence. Well, sensors first, right? You want to sense the prevailing conditions. So who does sensors again normally?
Me,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
because that's my
I have
bag.
sensors also.
Yeah, so if you want to assist, that's all good. Where are sensors? That's bits electronics, isn't it?
That's right.
Got a 9. You got a 14. Good job.
I'm rolling hot tonight.
Yeah. Yeah,
Famous last word.
the strongest sensor skill would be Captain Durwat, but he sometimes defers to others who are pretty much almost as good.
Here's my
It's for
pilot roll.
that people do things for morale. Very good. Okay,
I
so
can't roll double sixes.
I got an 8 on a pilot roll. I'm above the 8. It's not great. It's not bad. It's a pass.
okay.
Don't crash us.
So
We've been drinking too much bourbon.
Cappy, the bourbon's been put away for days. I never come out with alcohol in my system. Cappy, I'm a professional. Relax.
yeah. Well, you've had alcohol in every system you've been in.
Not while I'm flying.
Oh,
The
your
GM
system.
agrees.
Okay,
This is
I see
good.
what you mean. Yeah,
I like the ganja the best on the beach with those hotties. Hey, Tomo.
I'd agree with
yeah.
that. We're going
Okay.
back there too.
Well, he keeps one eye to the captain to make sure this is a holiday leave period, and if he's on leave, then fine, he'll
I
drink.
also like
Okay, but
picking on the Cappy and reminding him I make more money
yeah,
than him.
What?
okay.
I got a bigger salary than you, Cappy. She likes me more than you.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
remember.
so the planet Prenglaro is not really brown as I show it, but it has more gray tones to it, and the black areas are completely flat gray areas like the mares on the moon or the Sea of Tranquility, Sea of whatever. So the surface is kind of lunar. It's got a trace atmosphere, so moon with a trace atmosphere, sort of. Most of it is very rocky, mountainous. The three dot hexes are rock. Um, things are mountain. Now there is typical traffic here. Now
That's
you,
right.
you can't tell from the radio communication, but oh, okay. There's one thing you can tell from the radio communication. Um, the Usually there's a traveler advisory frequency that gives you an audio or visual information about the planet, and the audio visual information. Well, there's two parts. There is an audio, and the audio says um, as follows in Verdulin. Let me just go to where it was. Planet handouts. Okay, traveler advisory. It simply says Prenglaro has a trace atmosphere. Standard vac suit protocols must be observed. And then the second message in the audio loop says the Prenglar Presidium has developed an enlightened interpretation of Verdulan socialism. Comrades have developed a high level of collaboration which obviates the need for laws. Obviates meaning they've done away with them. And good manners in the presence of armed comrades is suggested. So that's the audio loop that you keep repeating.
Ah,
You get a visual as well, which is like, since it's a low tech planet, you got something like a very bad TV test pattern, not holographic. It's a two-dimensional test pattern, and it sort of looks like this. If you center your screen over to your, whoops, I didn't mean to move it. Yeah. Okay. Now watch this section very carefully. Okay, because the um, message, well, it's written in Verdulan English. So the audio loop I just described keeps looping and saying those things. Um, the written message, as you can see, well, you can't read the Verdulan part, but the Verdulan says Bonvenon al Prenglaro, prosperezzo kai ricchezzo attendas vin. And in English, it's welcome to Prenglaro, prosperity and fortune await you. Actually, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into an audio loop as well, and a very harsh military stentorian voice says the Verdulan part, and a somewhat milder male voice says the English parts. And then as you look at that, it sort of has the effect of a changing billboard, because I can make it change. Look at that. I can change it, and boom, it looks like that. And in Verdulan it says, Bon volo
Oh boy.
declari ciun armiloin in via possedo. Se via armilo estas iugitaj malsuperae, vi povas aceti pli bonajn je normaj prezoj. But in English, it's please declare all weapons in your possession. If your weapons are judged to be inferior, you may purchase better ones at standard prices. And the
Ooh.
third panel looks like this. Bonai maniero en cesto de armitai camarado estas forte recomenditai. And in English, it's good manners in the presence of armed comrades is strongly
Ooh.
recommended.
Oh boy.
And it loops back to the beginning. So this again on a repeating loop. So I'm judging that the visual and the audio is that. Okay, so forget the earlier audio. It's a loop doing this 3 different panels, but the technology looks very poor, and you can even make an analysis of um, this is almost like archaic Earth stuff, archaic technology, like when people first went to space and then dropped back down again. So it's really, really bad. But you managed to get somebody on the radio. Now the radio people sound normal enough. It's a traffic control. The capital of this planet is a place called Cristal Palazzo, which is Verdulan for Crystal Palace. Let me just read off some stuff about Prenglaro. Um, Prenglaro is a typical mining and resource-based world. It's sort of lunar, almost airless, trace atmosphere, relatively close to its star. Surface temperatures tend to be hot. It's in the second orbit of a G5 star, so G5 is close to whatever the Earth Sun is. I think Earth Sun is a G7. And it says volcanic stage of this planet is over, but volcanic action has left gray basaltic plains similar to the seas on the moon. Those are shown in black on the map, but they're more grayish, dull gray-black color. In one location of the plains, upwellings of colored crystalline deposits have appeared, and the inhabitants carved a depression in the plains and called the city Cristal Palazzo, and they uncovered um, mostly gray silicone rock, but it's shot through with shards of reds, greens, and blues that glitter in the glaring, airless sunlight of this world. The government building was carved so that it had like red, green, and blue diamonds at the, in the top spire of the government buildings, and that's the highest point in the city center. But it shines and glimmers in the harsh, airless moonlight of this world. 3 areas of the planet are special upwelling zones, which are remnants of volcanic activity that are rich in transition metal and lanthanide elements. You remember that lanthanum is used to coat spaceships to create the jump field, so they have to have a coating of lanthanum infused metal plates. And there are 2 cities whose names mean exactly, well, 2 cities whose names next to these upwellings mean exactly the same thing. El Trovo, which means discovery, and Malcorvro, which actually means more like a physical discovery. You're uncovering things. Um, and there's about 8 million people total on this world. What else can I say about Prenglaro? It's in the Prenglaro handout. But the planet is poor in technology, tech level 6, and it relies heavily on imported technology and spare parts to keep itself going. The mining communes struggle to find high-value ores. Um, the major political thing about this world is that it has a 0 law level. The Prenglar Presidium has arranged a situation in which official adherence to Verdulan socialism is professed, but they don't enforce any laws at all. They issue all manner of excuses for this state of affairs, pointing out that it's a remote frontier living here and low technology. It prevents them from effective law enforcement.
So
And
in other
Prenglar
words,
has become a
that's effectively the Wild West of Traveller.
could be, yeah, could be once you go outside the starport. It's become a haven for the malcontents who don't like living under Verdulan socialism. but they don't have much to do except mining jobs using machines considered primitive elsewhere. So that's pretty much the main employment here if they want to get here at all. And they must not mind the heavily armed natives either. The armed Prenglarian society creates the need for an uneasy politeness and good manners, but on the other hand, Prenglarian hospitality is undeniable. Now, this is really a bit extreme as a government model, so there's a chance that the overall sector Verdulan government might swoop in and come down hard. Like the skies will be full of warships someday. But so far, they're living in an uneasy sort of metastable, lawless situation. And you remember that there is an underworld here called the Red Hand. Um, the Red Hand must love this planet, but that's all you know about it. So you do manage to land. There's no high port here. They can't maintain a high port satellite type of starport. So it's the ground port at the capital, like I said, Cristal Palazzo. Um, you see the shimmerings of the red and green at a distance when you're in your flight path down. You are directed competently by some traffic control. They seem to be using just radio and radar. Their displays, whenever they transmit you any coordinate information, seem very, very primitive, like some sort of 1960s thing. But you do manage to land. You are given um, uh, a docking bay. So you're landing there now. You are charged 100 credits, or well, the equivalent in A euros, about 200 A euros for docking fee. So you can mark off 100 credit docking fee. And you you have to deal with this is a border world, so you do have to deal with the apparatoi, who are sort of acting as customs agents, and they look at your papers and they wonder where you've been because you had papers doing trades to Flostono, but that's the very last official paperwork you had. And there's one apparator who marvels that you are doing sort of free trading pretty much anywhere you want. Uh, I'm just going to make a secret roll here or two. Okay, well, he says he checks out. He asks you some pretty simple questions about what kind of cargo are you trading. You do have the legitimate papers the Sevrets gave you, so it's made to be like a job where a commune has legitimately asked you to transfer some cargo uh, to ultimately to Flostono, and um, you have the other freight and stuff as well. So that sort of stuff is legitimate. The apparato pretty much clear and pass all that. And now that leaves you free to trade. By the way, Mantar, I think I accidentally erased your crayon track through
Oh, yeah,
space. So if you want to
I saw that.
recreate it sometime, you can do that anytime you want.
Yeah, I'll
I
have to
took a
look through my notes
screenshot.
and remark it.
Yeah, whenever you want.
Not a
And
huge deal, but
okay, yeah. Well, we may if it gets too cluttered, we may have to clear the star map anyway.
yeah.
But um, okay, so that's what they do now. Captain Derwat, you have a ship. At last word, it had the following things in it:
I don't
cargo.
even remember where we were. Didn't we start here? And something like
I posted a
no.
screenshot of part of the path once. Yeah, here it is. I'll just I'll just link to it again.
Oh, we
Reply.
skipped that. We went there, and then we went back to Nyanto, and then we went this way, and we're somewhere over here.
Here's I'm posting a
It's
link
a
back to the
it's a
partial
giant
map.
mess.
Yeah, it's from something I posted earlier. The date was January 4th.
There we
Anyway,
go.
Yeah, so that's part of the map anyway. So if Ronnie, if Mantar wants to reproduce that, not Ronnie, but if Mantar wants to redraw that, that's fine. And you went off to from Flostona to Sapphire to Ribicure, and then now to Prenglar. So there's a few extra trips, and that's 3 weeks of study, except 2 for Astria and Sicily. Okay, my mind is still functioning amazingly.
Do we still have the cargo? Have we picked it up yet? The cargo that we had, I think it was on Flostona that we
Yeah.
have to deliver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
30 tons
you
of
have
textiles.
yeah, you
And
have the following things. I think that was noted on the sheet. Where was that? On the bio and info part? Yeah. Um, Ronnie couldn't sell his 10 tons of spices, so may want to try that again for a better price.
yeah.
There were 5 tons of the so-called luxury goods they're supposed to get to Technica. So this is the cargo you picked up on Flostona, which is special freight.
Oh, we
Um,
got regular freight.
You have regular freight as well, 12 tons of regular freight, 30 tons of textiles, the 10 tons of unsold spices that belong to Ronnie. You have 7 low passengers and 2 high passengers to process. I wish Jen were here because this is Astria's responsibility.
Hmm.
Um, let me see. I'm going to try to delay a bit, and let's handle the trades first. It's a bit unconventional because the passengers usually want to take off first. But let's handle all possible selling and buying first, and then maybe with luck, Jen will appear, and we can do the rolls for the medical things, which almost never causes a panic. But we'll see.
Okay,
So,
so it was only 100 credits to land, right? Because I
100
subtracted that.
credits docking fee, yeah. But
Yeah.
the facilities for your 100 credits, you're probably getting less than usual. You know, your internet is probably not even an internet going on. Uh, you're given like instead of internet, you're kind of given like a room service that can try to handle
Oh, we
things, or
don't have
maybe
fuel processors. I'm like, can we buy some
your
unrefined fuel or refined
your ship
fuel
can
here?
process gas giant fuel, so it goes from unrefined to refined. It is in your hardware, I think. Let me see. Yeah, fuel scoop, fuel processors, and can process 40 tons per day. It's on the
Oh, okay.
character sheet tab, but
We
the
got 2
bio
of
and
them.
info is the current cargo manifest. Um, Let me see. So how about unloading the freight? The freight is easy. It went 12 tons, went 2 parsecs. So according to the book, that's whatever. Let's see. Trade.
12 times 12, so 14,400.
I'm not sure what you're looking at there, but let me get to the trade section. Trade. Okay, so
damn it.
2 parsecs of freight, each ton gives you 1,600 credits.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay, so freight, 1,600 credits per ton since you went 2 parsecs with it, times 12 tons.
Easy money.
So, yeah, okay. It's pretty small. So let's get the calculator out. 12 times 16. I don't think my times table went up that high.
Well,
1,600 times 12 is okay, 19,200 credits. You remember that 5% is bonus to the crew. So that's 960 credits out of that. But well, 1920 minus 960 means 18,240 goes to the ship, 960 to the crew, but that's divided 8 ways. Each crew member picks up 120 credits per crew member. Okay, so 18,240 credits to the ship.
so how much the crew?
120 credits each.
Okay, just adding that to my character sheet
Don't
now.
spend it all at once.
No.
That's good for 3 or 4 rounds of heavy drinking evenings, given a credit
Hey,
of
I'm
more
in
than
singles, and we're
$1.
going to the strip bar, Tomo. Give me
Yeah,
All my money and everything on my character sheet seems to have gone.
Tomo strip bar.
Yeah.
You spent it
really?
all already? How much money did crew
Oh
make?
no! When I looked at it, it had nothing. Now it's kind of refreshed the character sheet.
Yeah,
So
you may want to refresh things. I think
yeah.
is that Roll20's doing? They might be very dodgy if 8 characters are on or something.
What was the amount
Uh,
again? 200.
um,
100.
120. No, 120 credits
7.
per crew member for the
120. So
freight.
that's
Yeah.
7, 6.
We'll upgrade that right now.
Okay, so that's just the freight. Fine, and you
Are
can.
we're coming close to a pay week, aren't we?
No, you did the pay week. Pay week was day 90. You're at day 101. The next pay period would be 120.
Okay. Okay, that's right.
And
Plenty of money. Plenty of money.
yeah, okay, so that's the 12 tons of freight to Pringlaro done. Now the 30 tons of textile is a matter of sales, and you see some sort of well, you go to some sort of trade center. Like I said, everything is all primitive here. I think you get like, you got black and white monitors everywhere. I don't know if you saw the one season show called Ascension. They build a generation ship in the 60s, but they never developed color TV. And so for 50, 60 years, they're traveling through space. They still don't have color TV. So it's a sort of primitive sort of thing, but they are smart people. They're picked for the space program, so they start to develop other things. Um, anyway, you go to the trade center. I think this is generally Captain Derwatt's doing, but I don't want to typecast him. Other people have broker skill. Uh, and what's at play here is
Yeah.
the textiles, 30 tons of textiles. Let's talk some sales factors. Selling goods. Okay.
Look
Uh,
at our skill grid. Is there any
yeah.
broker better than me?
You're rolling
Yeah.
3d6. The broker skill usually, the broker that
So
you
me
oppose
or
is usually
Mantar should be rolling.
Yeah.
either way.
Ronnie's pretty good at brokering.
Yeah, it's
Broker
odd that I've
1.
forgotten everything. No, I can see the rules about trading. Broker. Well, Ronnie is a possible broker. Sissery is a broker only because he has a
Yep.
chip in his head.
Not on my shoulder.
And yeah,
He's got a chip on his
oops, why
shoulders,
can't I
more
see
like.
the rest?
No. It's all in your head.
Yeah,
I mean, my
okay.
head.
The Roll20 is acting a bit sluggish for me. But yeah, Wilson is a 1+1 skill. Phosphor is 1+1 skill. So yeah, uh, Ronnie and Wilson Derwatt are pretty much the same level for brokering. Uh, oh, and RUR takes an interest in the trade and the business stuff. Now, RUR says something probably undiplomatic that he prefers learning about business more than
It's all good.
Cicere's spirituality stuff.
Oh, but you don't. Your dividends come much later
Don't
on.
don't don't worry about Sissery. Yeah, he's a weirdo who prays to the engine. Yep.
Keep picking on my engineer, Cappy. Cappy, my engineer does some dumb things.
It's
I
not
don't
okay for
mind.
you to
Yeah,
go threatening the staff, Brogan, but it's okay for
they
the
should.
captain to spread nefarious information about
Not
staff.
nice, Cappy. Don't do
RUR
that
is
to my
recording this. He says,
engineer.
I'm sensing very contradicting things about people saying things about people, people saying things about other people." Or he says about humans saying contradictory things about other humans. Some human A says he is great, but human B says human A is not great. It does not compute.
Have you heard of the concept of pi? Pi. I'll get you a little calculation to do me.
The number, yes, I can calculate it down to my number of significant digits, which is 1023 digits.
Damn, I needed 1025 digits.
Well, I can
Oh,
derive
no.
that with suitable recalculation. It may take many hours, though.
That would be really handy for the
No,
group.
let's talk about business. Business is easy math
Business.
most of the time.
Yes, yes, business. 30 tons of this adornment and raiment substances that humans use to cover their bodies for some reason. Okay. So who wants to take the lead on the trade? Is it Ronnie or is it Wilson Durwat?
Well, should
I'll
I
let the
roll
captain
this
do
one?
the textiles. I
Yeah,
gotta
and
deal
then
with the
he can.
spices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have that's right. You have your own thing with the spices. Okay, so textiles. Turning to the book, we've done this a few times before. Um, you have okay. You have 3d6 plus 1. The +1 +1 the 1 + 1 is your skill as a broker, so it's effectively a broker 2 skill. The broker around here is also 2. Um, and then you look at the you add the DM, the biggest DM from the sale column for textiles on this planet. This Prenglaro comes out. What did I do here? Prenglaro
Non-industrial,
trade codes.
non-agricultural.
That's it.
Where is it?
Non-industrial, non-agricultural. It's not a factor for. Uh, oh, okay. Non-agriculture gives you a +2 here because they're not an agricultural planet. They're an airless world. Um, none of the other factors apply. So uh, +2, -2, +2 again because of the non-agricultural factor. So it looks like a 3d6 +2. I don't think any other factors apply. And you get
That's good. Phew.
14. Okay. 14 on the trades table for sale price means you're getting, uh, you sell the textiles at 115% of base price. And the base price was again textiles 3,000 per ton
Hmm.
times 30 tons. Oh, and the price being 1.15, so I'm going to calculate that. 3,000 times 1.15
4,500.
times 30 tons of that. You're right. I'm getting 103,500 credits. What did you pay for them originally?
That's what I was wondering.
Oh,
I
hang
had
on,
a
it's in my
I
good
got
notes.
here.
month.
I
30
got
tons of
notes too.
textiles, 3,000 a piece base, bought for 49,500, 55%.
That's right. Okay.
Oh, we made a good profit
Yeah,
then.
nicely done.
Yeah. Okay, so that's as expected. It would have been whatever. Just because this place needs textiles. Okay, so your
What
sales
was
is
that?
103,500.
Yeah.
Was that all through the
What did
ship
we
money?
buy it for? Again, Mentor.
In the notes, I got the notes too. 30 tons of textiles. Okay, the 49,500 seems to be entirely the ship funds. It was not some sort of share among crew funds,
Yeah,
wasn't it? So it all goes to the ship
I
then.
think so.
Yeah, which is good because it fits in with what I'm going to announce in a moment here coming up. Um, okay, now so sold. Now Ronnie still has those 10 tons of spices,
Yeah,
which have sort of been hanging around like an albatross around his neck. Now, stored
yeah,
spices may last for an extra week is fine, but not a month or 2 months or so on, or 10 months.
yeah,
Of course, you want to dump the spices, and
yeah.
they're well
If I,
sealed. So fortunately, they did not fragrant up the cargo bay or anything on your ship.
yeah, if
Uh,
I don't get a really good price here, I will take them on to Flostono because I get a +3 on there because it's a
okay.
rich world. But I'm hoping I excel them right here with a
Okay,
good
so
offer.
spices. Same sort of thing. You have a skill level of 2 in broker all told with your bonus.
Mhm.
The broker here is 2. Um, this is not a rich or poor or high population world. It's not a desert world or anything in particular. So presumably they could grow things hydroponically or in domes or something like that. So oddly enough, there's no particular edge or factor which applies, but it's 3d6 plus 2 minus 2. So wow, it's a bit risky. It looks like a straight 3d6 here.
Yep. Okay.
You're in a non-agricultural. Would you
Oh,
say
yeah,
eight was
he's,
non-ag?
yeah, he's not gonna. Yeah.
You say
I think the reason
3d6 or 2d6?
3d6 for the trade. This
Oh,
is in Mongoose second edition.
You only roll
What
two.
you
oops,
rolled?
re-rolling.
Did you roll?
Still not
Eight,
great.
Oh, I did the wrong.
five,
Not as
8.
awful, but he's still, yeah, still kind
Yeah.
of lowballing you
Well, 8 works out to an 80% sale price. What
there.
did you
Yeah.
buy them for? What was the
Let
rate
me
at which
see.
you bought them? I think it was.
Yeah, I
Let's
gotta
see,
look back at my notes. It was a few jumps
85%.
back.
You're taking a loss.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to it until we get to Flostono, where I get a +3, because this
Okay.
guy is not gonna give me a good deal.
The traders might look at the best before date on those spices, but I think spices. Okay, you buy spices in a container, should last for a month or a few months
Yeah.
anyway.
Few months. They took them years to transfer
Okay.
stuff around Earth
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the old
Now,
days, and it stayed good.
yeah, your
Yeah.
next port of call is Flostono, which is already an agricultural world. Let me just have a quick look ahead at what the factors might be in Flostono. I'm just trying to check if you'd have better luck selling it on Flostono rather than Prenglaro. There's no particular effect or bonus, and the reason for that is that hydroponically, spices don't take up a lot of room. You can grow it on airless worlds if you prepare your soil under a dome or whatever you need, or hydroponics
Yeah.
or whatever.
I think
So no
Flostono
difference in
is
price.
rich. Yeah.
Okay, rich. They want exotic things. They want exotic
Yep.
spices or materials from somewhere else, so that
Yeah.
might help.
Like a +3,
But the
so
book
it should be
says,
good.
aha, okay. Yeah, okay. Rich, not yet high population. So it looks
Yeah.
like, yeah, from the book, it looks like you'd have better luck selling in Flostono.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Wonderful. Okay. Now, one special incident happens, which I was alluding to. Oops, let me go back to whatever. Um, you're getting a kind of email. There are emails sent to physical locations where you know where somebody is, and then there are emails that seem to be broadcast and rebroadcast and stored on several worlds until such time as
There
a
she is.
passing ship lands. Oh, hello, Jen. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey, very good. Yeah, very briefly, the crew have jumped from Ribicur to Prenglaro. I've been conducting some trades of the textiles, and that turned a profit. Ronnie has not been able to unload his spices with a price that he agrees with.
Oh,
Let me see. And you have something to do as well because you have to do some rolls to revive some people in low passage. There was 6 low
uh-oh.
berths and the special jury rig low berth that you made.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been sarcastically picking on you in jump space just to
Oh,
Yeah, what about?
did I punch you in the face?
No, but you give me some of those eye rolls that you do.
Oh.
Oh, really, a
Yeah.
couple of those
Now,
really whatevers.
back in
I
jump,
think she
you're
should
not
punch the
you're
pilot
now
in
in
the
day
face.
101. You're now on day 101, but back in jump,
Uh-huh.
some people did some things. Sissery is introducing RUR to metaphysics and spirituality and meditation. I don't know what RUR thinks about that. Um, and there was some research about that crown that the Savrettes had, and you figured that it was probably an ancient crown that an ancient chief had. So people found out something about that through just book research.
Uh,
You You landed on the world, and the description is in the handout for Prenglaro. You can read it when you can. Um,
Mhm.
Virgil has a kind of secret plan, which I'll have to handle out of session or in between sessions. You landed on the capital of the world, Prenglaro. You got rid of your freight. Oh, and everybody gets 120 credits as a freight bonus for handling that freight. It netted 19,200 in all, but 18,240 goes to ship, 120 to each character.
Okay.
You sold the textiles. Ronnie could not get a good price.
Mm.
And if
Yep.
that's all to do with the trade, it could not get a good price for spices. So if that's all the trades, I'd like to get some sort of medical rolls for reviving people in low passage. The high passengers are still with you because they go on to Bastono, but there are 7 low passengers who said their destination was Prenglar and they wanted to get there on the cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So what you need to do is uh, I think you need to do a medical rolls and you need to avoid, let me see. Well, you have to roll 6 or more. Yeah, I think it was 6 plus the last time. Or was it 5
All
plus?
right.
Let me go to the rules. Low passage, low passage.
Do I have a question about low passages, Pierre? Can people suffer from amnesia once they've woken up?
Well, that
Depends
could be
what Jen
special
rolls.
effects. You know, they're technically alive, but something else has happened to them. Let me just see here.
I've never heard
Control
That
F.
one
Tech-
before.
O.
Leave the low
Technically alive.
passengers alone, Virgil.
Oh boy.
Usually they either survive or die. It's only been the
Tech,
only thing I'm aware of.
Okay,
technically alive.
low passage. Okay, 6 plus. So you gotta click your medic button 7 times, Jen, and
Uh-huh.
avoid getting less than 6.
Okay, so 7 times medic button. Here we go.
Yeah, and I think it's if you have medic 3 total or effective medic 3, not likely to have much of a problem. So first
That's the
one
first one.
revived.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. You also have to roll a certain amount of time.
Oh,
What was it? 1d6 times 10 minutes, I believe, to revive each person. Some are more
okay.
difficult than others.
1d6 what?
1d6 times 10 minutes.
Oh, so what? 12 minutes?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, 20 minutes. Yeah. So
Oh,
the first one
okay.
is revived successfully after 20 minutes,
Okay. So the next one. 11. Okay.
50
Oh,
minutes.
okay.
Keeping them alive. Keeping them alive.
That's right.
Good job, Astria.
Okay.
You know you don't mess around. You
Oh,
get shit done.
that's
Like
right.
me. See, Cappy?
Okay.
Only 10 minutes. Okay. Next one is a 13 as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking for red numbers where you roll maybe double ones. That might cause
Okay.
something, but
Fair
I
enough.
think that's the only place where you can fail.
Two.
All right. Okay.
Okay, that's 6 regular tanks, and
Oh,
then the last
okay.
roll.
No, I gotta answer the phone. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So it's the last roll.
Yeah, and the special jury rigged. Well, the special jury rigged you already rolled before, or other players rolled for this to show that it was in tip operating commission. Both you and Cicely checked it out mid jump.
Okay.
Or no, you checked it out mid jump the other time. I can check it out mid jump again. So, but basically, it was okay. So, fine. 7 able-bodied people walk out of the hold
Mhm.
and manage to go
Mhm.
to Prenglaro. So that's very good.
Nice.
Now,
Um,
special
uh,
occurrence.
just
Sorry.
to cut.
Yes.
I've got to step away for a little bit. My brother's just arrived.
Okay.
Okay,
See you,
so
Connor.
back shortly, hopefully.
Okay, matey.
Okay. So low berths are taken care of. I don't think you need to buy supplies for it for a while. Now here's how can I describe this? I want to try to describe this carefully. It's all theater of the mind. But like I said, you can get emails sent to a particular location, or you can get emails sent in general to several different worlds meant to intersect a particular ship in transit. And you have arrived at Prenglaro. Your ship intersects an email meant for you, and it's from over in the Frontier Federation, from the planet of Fentara. It's an email basically with uh, inserts, and I don't know if she does a like a video uh, presentation or if it's just text, but basically she says it's Brianna Anderson, and Brianna says, "What the hell are you doing? You were supposed to go from Flostono to uh, Technica with the cargo shipment, but now you've gone onto a side mission. Please explain at your earliest convenience. I hope that profit is involved." And I'm going to retcon something that the uh, Argosy Dawn Shipping Corporation is going to kind of audit your profits every trimester, which means every 120 days.
Captain,
So
you're in
day
trouble.
120.
Captain's in
Although
trouble.
they say that, well, I'm going to just
Don't
retcon
worry
that there's
about
an
it, Brogan.
I'm going to retcon that there's an understanding that um, initial crews are sort of given a bit of a grace period, but they still have to get into the habit of submitting trimester profit reports. And you can do your side trades. You can use small amounts of cargo space for your own deals if you want to. It's all a very loose, informal process, but they want basically a financial report every trimester, meaning every 120 days. Now, if I didn't mention that before, it was kind of understood as terms of your employment. But right now, what concerns Brianna is the fact that you kind of went off course. Uh, she she knows that you can take your own initiative, but she hopes that this particular thing was profitable. And what you're doing is you're trying to carry the Sevret cargo on to Flostono. So that's the first thing that happens. Um, the second thing that happens, day 101, 102, uh, evening time comes on. Are you interested in trying to sample the nightlife of a totally lawless world?
Oh hell,
Hell
Flawless.
yeah.
I don't think so.
come
Oh
on,
yeah.
Yeah,
Esper,
no
put your
thank you.
glad rags on.
Yeah. Hell
Come
yeah, me and
dancing.
Tomar. Hell yeah.
Read the text about Prenglaro, Jen. Your jaw might drop at what they seem
Yeah,
to suggest.
it seems a little dangerous.
Seems.
Have
Everybody's
you
armed
ever
here.
steered us
Law level
before,
0.
Ronnie?
Seems.
How much
Ronnie's
money
a
do
fan
we
of.
get for the
Yeah,
low passage?
yeah. Oh,
Is that in the summary?
Well, if you go to campaign info and then planets folder,
Oh,
you can click Prenglaro, and I sort of read off what it said. But you're in the
oh,
capital city of Prenglaro now. It's a law level 0 world under the
oh,
Socialist Verdulan Federation.
oh.
And they sort of pass it off that they're lawless because their population is all spread out. When you're on a mining resource world, you have major cities, but your population is spread out. Why? Because each commune, each individual group is trying to stake a claim in the mountains of Prenglaro, trying to strike it rich from high value ores rather than low value ores. So their population is distributed because of that, although there are major centers, and they're completely lawless. And the only thing close to that I can think of is if you've ever read a graphic novel called Buck Godot, and he lived on New Hong Kong, and New Hong Kong
yeah.
has no laws.
Oh.
Yeah.
No laws.
Ronnie's a big fan of profit, but not so much of danger.
All right. We'll lay low.
Well, it takes a certain style of politeness. You can carry as many weapons as you want. even the military and heavy hardware that's probably locked up in the Sevrette
Yeah,
cargo.
I'm sure the place
Yeah.
is very
I
peaceful.
don't think I want to chance it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to wear one of those belt, major machine gun assemblies from Alien. You can walk around with that and sort of hold up the gun, tied to your waist and all that.
Hmm.
You can carry most anything you want, but it'll kind of advertise your attitude towards other people. No, that's the thing. What weapons do you want to carry? What attitude do you want to project? You want to be totally peaceful, you can carry no weapons and wear Buddhist robes and go like
No, that's
that. Or you can
crazy.
be armed to the teeth.
So you're making the assumption that just because it has a law level of 0, it's a violent, depraved place. But I mean, that doesn't necessarily hold at all, because
Yeah.
no society can
That's right.
function like that.
Yeah.
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 And I'm
Ronnie's more worried.
not approaching it. Yeah, and I'm not making any comment on the American gun control
Yeah, I'm like, you
debates
guys
and
haven't lived
arguments
in
because I'm totally
America, have
outside.
you?
Yeah, no, and I'm totally outside that. I don't worry about that, and the New Zealanders don't either.
Mm-hmm.
Not my point. Not what I'm
Ronnie's
getting.
more worried about the clause that they can confiscate your weapons and then make you buy replacements at the standard rate, whatever that is. That sounds like
Well,
a loss of money, and Ronnie doesn't like loss of money.
yeah, I'm using a special kind of token called the rollable table token, so I can actually change the screen as I'm working. And so I'm going to flip to that page. It says, if your weapons are judged to be inferior, you may purchase better ones at standard prices. So it's the joke about a bar so bad that the bouncer asks, are you armed? And if you say no, he offers to sell you one.
Yeah.
That sort of joke. It's that sort of place. Or the scene from the Serenity movie, weapon locker before you go in the bar and all that stuff. So if you have quality weapons, though, especially things you'll not only impress, but you'll be the subject of much conversation. They'll want to compare
Ground
notes and talk
posting
about.
too?
They want to talk about foreign guns. If you have quality weapons displayed, you can, and maybe
Like a
people,
gold and jeweled cutlass?
uh, maybe people. Maybe people interested in you will sort of break the ice by saying, hey, that's a nice gun you're carrying. Where's it from? How many shots does it have?
Oh, well,
No, that's usually the start of romantic interludes, in fact.
oh,
Why not?
oh.
Okay, so who wants to try the nightlife? Do you want to try to research the nightlife? No such luck because there is no internet to do research with here, or not really. You can telephone information, actually. That's how primitive it is. Somebody will give you general advice over the audio link.
Well, I think Tomo will.
Okay, I'm not hearing much.
13.7.
Yeah.
Unless people are doing things, I'm not hearing much assent to going out at
Go it,
night.
Tomo. Whatever, Tomo.
Well,
I'll
I'm
rest.
not going out at night.
Are you all busy doing something else?
That's this. It'll be fun. What the heck can happen? You get hurt, you can patch us up.
What is he doing?
Go on,
Maybe-
Brogan. Go
Maybe
have
she's gonna
fun.
go punch Brogan in the face.
No, you don't want to do that. Come on now,
Yeah.
be nice. Come on along.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, so you're going to
I
a
got the
bar?
first round, sis. I got the first round. Don't
Oh,
worry. These locals can't
all
take
right.
on us. We'll put
Ronnie will come along. He'll bring his laser
Look
pistol,
at
but yeah.
Tomo. Does Tomo look like he's going to take any shit from anyone or he cares? You just stick with Tomo and lay low. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm I'm
And I got
fully
my
armed.
guns too. I'm
Yeah.
pretty good with my guns with their slugs. They want to play, they'll pay. We're
Yeah.
okay.
Everybody
Okay,
just be on your best behavior.
Or jump space. We need a good drink, a little different scenery. We're not flying anywhere today. We can have a couple drinks
Okay.
and chill.
Well, I'll bring my stunner.
There you
Awesome gun.
go. Yeah.
Awesome gun.
Be bold.
Okay.
Come on out with the boys.
Are you wearing your armors, like which would be the
Oh yes.
cloth and reflect?
Yeah,
Cloth
I'm gonna do
reflect
that.
combo is what's allowable.
I
Yeah.
will wear my
Yeah.
cloth reflect armor.
Absolutely.
I'll bring my stunner and my blade.
Aspria, I'm giving you 400 credits for
Yeah.
your bringing the people back, and Tomo, I'm paying you 250 credits for
Oh,
helping with
thanks.
the
Really, as
or
a
was it
bonus?
Siri who helped with the
Ooh.
low
Siri.
birth?
No, it was Siri. It was
Yeah,
Siri.
Siri.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Steve, you get 250.
Okie dokie.
Can you type that up as a statement?
Oh, sure.
Ah,
It's just because I want to, of course, keep track of things. Oh, I didn't even type. Okay, sorry. My Discord froze, so I didn't get out this little sentence here. But that was just the freight costs, freight fees, and Wilson tells us so you're paying this as a bonus. Now you know that Astria and Sicily are already on salary, but you're paying them this bonus. Okay.
Yeah, they built a low birth.
that's right.
Okay.
And then what does that leave?
Perhaps my Discord is operating a little slowly. I'm not seeing new lines of type. Anyway, okay, so Tomo wants to try to go out, but here's the thing: if you want to find out about local bars and specify what kind of bar you want, you have to talk to a person. It's basically a information, and I think it's a sub-function of these apparatoi guys, and the apparatoi are normally concerned with trade, but they can tell you about local stuff as well if you communicate with them.
So
But
you need to have
there's no researchable internet here.
No,
right.
but if you walk out on the street and say, "Excuse me, my good man, could you direct me to the nearest watering hole where one could imbibe in some alcoholic refreshments?"
Oh
There
yes,
you
you
go.
can actually ask around, sure. And let me see what a tech level 6 represents, just to remind everybody. Tech level. Oh, many occurrences.
It's like 1940s, isn't it? 50s.
Somewhere around there. A little bit, might be a little bit earlier.
Equivalent technology.
Age 258. Yeah, they are, of course, they're heavily dependent on imported stuff, and the people who need to use that stuff learn to use it. Stats here, but not something about, in the early part of the book, that's where they talk about the year. I'm sorry, my brain is continuing to function. Oh, here it is. Tech level 6 counts as industrial age, fission power. So fission power, more advanced computing. So it could be by the 60s level or something.
40s to 60s.
Tech level 5 was atomics and primitive computing. So that'd be the 40s.
That'd be the
I think
40s.
tech level 6 is like the 60s.
Groovy.
And tech level 7 is when they start to reach orbit. So tech level 7 would have been just, 60s reaching orbit.
There's a lot of crossover in these things.
Yeah, sure. Depends on what kind of technology you're talking about. But if they have monitors and public TV here, monitors of things, it's really just black and white stuff almost, unless they have brought in imported technology and they try to maintain it themselves with the manuals. Okay, so Tomo's going out. Now, do you want to talk to the apparatoi about what are good night spots, or do you want to try to talk to random strangers?
Sure, there'll be some touts or something out there, or somebody.
There's a kind of spaceport bar and canteen, and they'll serve alcohol to pretty much anybody. They won't check age because, as I said, there are no laws. Probably use their discretion anyway. They don't give bourbon to children, but it's no laws. It's a very, very, very mean-looking well, it's a very dingy looking canteen with metal stools. You don't know if that's a real good place to party, but you might be able to meet somebody who can suggest a better place.
Hmm.
Yeah, that'll do. That's a good starting point.
Okay, so if you're trying to talk to people, um, remember who failed their language test in Verdulin?
Yeah, I'm getting better though.
Yeah, okay. After a few weeks, I'm sure you would be. It's such an easy language. But anyway, um, okay. So if you're going to ask a question like that, how do you ask it? And then I guess you make an appropriate roll. Let's see.
Where's the action in town? Where can we
What
go for
kind
a
of
good
action?
time?
You have to be more specific, I think.
Where
Kind
can
of
we go
action.
for a good time? Food, drink, dancing.
It depends on the good time. You have to be
Follow your
specific.
lead, Tomo.
There's a good time and there's a good time, you know?
Absolutely. And I
Mhm.
like good time better than the good time.
You have
I
to
go
be
for
specific.
good time.
If Tomo is talking, he could use his persuade roll. He could use investigate if he has it. No, he doesn't really have it.
Oh, okay. I don't have investigate, but I mean,
try rolling persuade. Persuading people to give you information, which in negative.
makes
I'm
sense.
guessing I'm not trying to intimidate, so I'll
No.
use social. I do have a minus.
Persuade. You're trying to
Yeah,
persuade people
Yeah,
to,
but
you know.
I use
Oh.
my social. I think that would be a social
Oh.
status rather than.
Yeah, well, you can try a 2d6 roll plus roll whatever your social bonus is, but your social
Yeah.
bonus is a -1. You
Oh.
want to try it that way?
Oh.
I got an 8 or something, or a 9. 9.
Unmodified?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that'll do it. Even with the -1, you still get an 8. So that'll do it. And um, so Tomo asks where the nightlife is. The answer is, well, let's see. Well, it depends on what you want, stranger. If you want a classy place with music and even live bands. I don't think if it's midweek, I don't think there's a live band right now, but you can go to a place. Let me see, called uh, you can go to a place which is called the random bar names, the Red Crocodile. Despite the name, it's a funny name, but it's a classy place. If you don't want to spend as much money, you could go to um, another place which is called Julia's Bar, and that's the only two major places I can think of near here, near the spaceport, starport.
Where do the 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 young and exciting people go?
Mm.
Well, they tend to have less money, so they would go to Julia's instead of the Red Crocodile.
Julia's.
Yeah, Julia
Yeah.
sounds like it for me.
Julia's.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the name.
Sure. Keep in mind, though, you only asked one person, and I guess it's pronounced Julia in Verdulin.
Let's just go with the odds. What could go wrong? I mean, come on.
Okay.
Let's just go. Julia
All right.
sounds good.
We get a taxi there or something.
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry, change my mind.
That's fine. Whoops, I lost my own copy.
Mm.
Oops, let me go back to roll 20. What I hate is Windows 11 is assaulting me with some sort of news features I don't really care for. uh, in the starting page. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm going to. I should have used better map form. I should have probably put you on the ship map to, better give you your impressions while you were in jump. But now you're on a planet, and I'm just going to recycle the old map I used from before. They took out the St. Patrick's Day shit. Basically, a bar with a similar type of layout. And who is going?
I'm in.
Oh, I'll go.
There you go. There's the spirit, sis. We'll have a good
Okay.
time. Don't you fret. We'll look
Who
out for
goes?
you.
Who stays on the ship?
What about
Everyone,
what about our
everyone who
what
says
about
that doesn't say they're coming.
Yeah.
It's series.
Yeah. Okay. I'll come as backup.
You never know. You might have something for your prayer collection. You know, a
True.
finger or something, or
A finger? No, I
Captain
won't need a
stays on the
finger. No, I won't want a finger. But yes.
maybe some kind of fancy shiny rocks outside the door.
Who
You can
knows?
remember this place from.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really going to want to remember this place when the night's done.
Don't know about
So
rocks, but we might be able to get you stoned.
no, that's fine. I'll take my stunner with me
Oh,
We-
man.
Out of heck with this
That's
stunner.
and a dagger.
that's why we bought Astrid.
I ain't playing no
Yeah.
stunner. I got guns.
Okay.
I'm bringing a stunner.
Tomo, Brogan, Astria, Ciceri. Who else? Mantar.
Mantar, are you sane enough?
Mantar, Justin.
You said there's no law level here, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, no law levels. So we got Mantar.
Oh,
We
I got
Victor
my
Wilson,
submachine
Durwat.
gun, man, under a long trench coat and my auto pistol. Hell yeah, I got my submachine gun on me under my coat.
It can be concealed carry or open carry in the American lingo if you wanted to, but those two things might have slightly different messages to them.
And my blade and my auto pistol. Yeah.
First thing you'd
Bring
see
it.
when you walk outside is what do other people look like?
Well, if they want to mess with me, they're going to know what auto fighter's like. Because we're dropping
Okay,
them.
so to
Sure, they already know.
start, yeah, I don't have any specific action or things planned here, but it is a good place to meet the nightlife. So very noisy. You can hear the noise from the doorways. Right, drag on your character name, and you can introduce your token. Introduce your token at the doorway around here on the map.
Oh.
If you can see all that. Oh, actually, I should shift click. There we go. And Richard is not here yet, but I'm going to place him cautiously with you guys. So I'm going to judge that Richard is with you. Pretty much all the characters can come. Mantar and Captain Durwat. So does that make 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who am I missing? Victor.
And Virgil.
Sorry, yeah, I call him
No,
Victor
Virgil,
by mistake.
yeah.
It's Virgil. Yeah. Okay. Tony, again, I'm going to be cautious with Tony and Richard's characters because they're not actually here, but I'm dragging their tokens in. Noisy place. You got some bare tables possible, which I'll just try to mark here with, let's see, circles. You got one here, you got one here, and maybe one over here. So maybe a few more that are available. So which table would you prefer? The ones with the pink circles on them?
Oh, yeah, that one down there that Si went to, that's probably not a bad one.
It's a good place to be in.
You want this table?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Close to a bar, but in the middle of everything.
Okay, yeah, I've just marked what the tables that were free. So 8 people can fit on this table. I gotta get rid of those circles.
Oh, it's a centerpiece or something.
Centerpiece, yeah. Yulia's is probably not such a classy place. Noisy and boisterous. You've got some sort of serving staff, male or female, doesn't matter. And you put in. I'm going to charge each of you for a certain round of drinking. Let me see. I'm going to break it down that the If you
First
have
round from the brothers and sister. I'll get this first round. Just tell me how much the minus.
yeah, okay, I'm gonna say just 4 credits for a single round of drinking, so 4 credits each.
Okay, not bad. Is
Oh, you
Cappy
forgot.
along or did he wuss out?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I got other
6.
plans.
24.
Cappy wussed out.
He's not there.
Okay.
Okay, on ship.
All
Is
right,
Captain
just tell
Thruwat
me what to
still on the
subtract
ship?
here.
Okay, 4 credits for each person
How
who's
many is there? How many of
uh,
us? What does it come up to? 20?
24.
24? Okay, I'm subtracting 24 from
I've
my
already taken
inventory right
24
now.
off for my round.
you're paying the whole round of everybody
I'm
here.
buying the whole round for my group,
Okay,
man.
I'll do
Oh,
the
yeah.
second
Yeah.
round.
all right.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And I'm
Okay.
not backwards and coming forwards either. So
Okay, so there should be
Okay.
7 people around this table. Who
I
am I
just
missing?
subtracted
1,
24.
2,
I got
3,
20
4,
credits.
5, 6. There's 6.
Okay, Virgil and Ved, I've indicated a little icon to show that they're
Oops.
technically NPCs at the moment.
So,
Huh.
is there any, what's going on in here? Is there people in here? Shady people? Describe what we see.
Okay, like I said, it's a lower cost type of bar. Tomo was asking if it was frequented by younger types, and
So this is like a
there are
scummy bar. This is like Vagrant's final
Well, could
type
be
of
a,
place, eh?
no,
could be.
not so much. Not at 4 credits. No, not at 3 or 4
Oh,
credits. You're
okay.
okay. If the bar drinks start to go below 2 credits, that's where you're talking about the rot gut, moonshine type of lower class bar. I didn't hear that that's really what you wanted, but this is an average sort of mid-level
Average
bar.
bar. All right. Like working class,
But
blue collar kind of thing.
blue collar, the people are muscular miner types. Most of them. Some people.
Mm-hmm.
If the people have softer hands, they work in some administrative posts or something to do with the science of determining where rock deposits are and stuff like that. But it's mostly miners, burly. Um, they all have gun holsters, and they might have other surprises and things like that. I'm just a little. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think it's
do I see the woman in my dreams?
uh,
No,
maybe not.
not right away.
Let me see.
Not right
Not
away.
right away. Yeah, not right away.
She's in the
Yeah.
Oh,
corner,
Is
man.
that like on about the 4th round? I see her.
okay.
They
That's
all get better. You have a couple more rounds. They start
okay.
more and
Sorry,
more on
Jerry.
the
Yeah,
screen.
I'm dragging I'm dragging a token for you too, Jerry. You are the missing character. So there's 7
Okay.
people around this table, more or less like that. And
Nice.
let me see. So you have paid for the first round of drinks, and you're sitting. People don't particularly notice you. If you're talking in Anglic, that is not going to draw so much attention because of, as I said, there's kind of a bit of interpenetration of languages along the border, as I've
Kind of
mentioned
what I was
before.
hoping for, a
Our
bit of
native language, that's
interpenetration.
what I'd be talking in.
Yeah, and let me see. Oops, who? Aha, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would that be under a carousing roll or a persuasion? I don't even know.
I would call it my gaydar, but anyway.
Okay, well that would be what? Investigate.
Skills.
Make an appropriate roll to amuse me.
Okay, I've got investigate. I've got broker if it needs money.
Wouldn't it be census?
Could it be survival? I'd say from my skills, it's going to probably be investigate or admin. No, investigate.
All right, make a roll.
Okay, sorry. Let me get it. Yes, please, more than a 5. Oh crap! What is that?
8.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let me see. There's a miner guy who
Mm-hmm.
actually maybe not a miner guy, but maybe some sort of more white collar
Oh no 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 no
administrative
no no
type.
no no no
Want
no
a
no.
big miner?
Not my type. Yeah,
Big
miner,
miner.
yes. Office worker,
Okay.
no.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Because the story is there was a table of a mixed group of administrative types and miners who are around here.
Cool.
Okay, very close. Further off, you
Miner?
see something, somebody that would be sort
Mm.
of. He happens to occupy a corner seat around here, which I should probably mark with something.
Mm.
Dang. Okay. In blue, let's say. This
Mm.
marks the spot over here. Ugh, can't
Cool.
draw.
Well,
Can't
like
draw
there's a
what you can
guy
when you need.
sitting there.
I'll just oh god.
There's a guy
I'll
sitting there. Now you could probably fake going over to the bar to actually order a drink from the bar staff, and
my
you can
rounds. My round from the
try to
table.
casually talk to
Yes,
this
I
guy or
do.
have a
Yeah.
word. Okay, that
So I'll
sort of thing.
speak
Sure,
to him in Verdulin because I've got Verdulin level 1.
good.
Yep. Just chat him up.
And all right, and just make a roll. Would that fall under carousing? You have no
No
particular
carousing,
skill
so that'll
there.
be cool. But I'll try.
Yeah, try that.
God, I lost my character sheet. Where is it? There it is.
A high roll ensures social success.
Don't know if anything came through. No, it didn't. I'll just have to give you a roll.
I'll give you a
Do
bonus
successful.
only because you're. Yeah, I'll give you a bonus only because you're carrying foreign weapons. So that's
Foreign
basically a
weapons?
Well,
you come from the frontier,
there's
and
my
that's
roll.
basically a conversation
Oh.
starter. Oh, okay. Yeah. Normally that's low, but you have hardware, you see. So
Yeah, I've got more hardware than I'd like him to see. But anyway,
this man is asking about your gun because the gun makers here are different from the gun makers in the frontier. So you have sort of an in for conversation, and things may sort of proceed successfully from there. And
excellent.
again, I don't want to draw things.
No,
I don't
I'm
want to
just
go
quietly
into
doing
too
this in the
much
background.
detail because of
Yeah.
this, my holy principle of don't even go there.
Uh-huh.
But it's basically successful. What is anybody else doing?
Well, I'm drinking.
As in
Not
Me too. I'm
alcohol,
drinking.
but juice.
I'm drinking and
Like,
juice?
looking around a little,
like a
but not
spritzer. Do they have like a spritzer? I don't know. Do they have alcohol in it? She doesn't want to drink alcohol. What if something happens and she needs to have her senses? Maybe she's drinking like a spritzer with like orange juice or something.
Okay, so
Got a little
non-alcoholic
bourbon.
drink.
Just
You
not
really
a
need
lot.
you really need to let your hair down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
maybe in the ship
get
when
out
we're
and
off
watch
planet,
this.
so nothing happens. But right
Yeah,
now, I need my
Don't get,
wits
yeah, yeah.
don't
about
get
me.
your itch off. I can still
You
fire
have
a
to.
gun,
You see,
sir.
this is the whole joy of traveling. You get to
Yeah.
experience these, new
Relax. Look at all these
cultures, and
strong, good men you got around you. You
I
think
don't
you're
need
gonna?
to drink to experience a new culture.
Yeah.
you do
This
on this
place is
planet,
this
not
th-
all
this
other
Oh,
place is
places.
not so this place is not so exotic. Airless mining worlds, they come up very
Mm.
commonly on the rolls. But it's exotic only in the sense that it's very lawless here. Uh, People depend simply on
oh,
convention
so
and good
this is
manners.
airless world.
Well, sorry,
Trace.
well, almost airless, trace atmosphere,
So we have to wear
Mars.
vac suits then. We're not wearing our armor. We're wearing vac suits.
Oh,
Oh,
not inside the enclosed spaces. Or you're
Okay.
underground or something after you left the starport bay.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Oh, and actually, it's kind of an underground enclosure.
Like an underground type
There's
of
a
city or tunnel network or something.
underground city. Yeah, the benefit though is that it's got places carved out of rock, and as you know, the rock naturally has some colored crystals. So when the light hits it, um, and I guess it's artificial lighting if you're underground, but it still hits the crystals and makes for a great effect. You haven't been to the administrative area of this planet. But anyway, this is basically underground type of warrens. Not so exotic, except everybody seems to be bristling with weapons. So Cicely has a conversation with this guy, but I think I'll throw in one monkey wrench in Sissy's plans because it's attracting attention from more than one person. So you're carrying on a conversation about your frontier brand of weapons, and they ask you, how many shots does it take? What's the action like? Blah 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 blah. I'm not a gun person, but whatever they talk about.
Yep.
The trouble is, more than one person is talking to you. Might be killing your chances with this particular person.
I'll first of all, the other person or persons talking to me, are they minors?
Yeah, they're minors too, and they take an interest in your weapons because you're a foreigner and you
Okay,
have the
right.
foreign
Well,
brands
then
of
I'll talk to
weapons.
them about how foreigners might have other things that we do differently.
Like what?
Well, I don't know, and well, I do know actually. Um, I'll put my hand on one of their hands and see what the reaction is, and just look at them and smile. There's stone silence in the room. Has Pierre fainted or something?
I'm still there.
Okay, just wondering. There's complete silence. That's all I'll do. Put my hand on his hand and smile at him and see if he takes the hint.
Yeah,
Or he throws a punch. Either way, I'm ready. I've got my stunner ready.
yeah,
It's in my hand. I'm showing them the bloody thing.
yeah. Oh, he suggests that maybe it's too crowded in here, and I think he's referring to the other people. And he wonders if maybe you'd want to go to some place more private,
Of course I would.
discuss the guns.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Well,
discuss
alone?
discuss
guns.
Oh,
guns.
he's over
Yeah,
there. Okay, never mind.
hmm
Ooh.
So
Oh,
this goes one of
just
two
checking.
ways. Either this is as it
yeah.
seems, or this is going to be a beat up job. We'll see.
No, 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 no. I think it's
You never know. Hey, homophobia can be anywhere. Don't
No,
matter.
you're right. Yep.
So yep. So I'll just go. I'll play along, and I'll just say, I just got to tell my group over there. I'll just be away for the rest of the night, so they know.
okay. You convey that, and I can draw a
I'll
veil on
also
the scene.
bring
Maybe
the
I.
gentleman along with me so they can get a visual on him.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Visual. Like,
We're
are
going to
you
go
taking
home to
photographs? Do you have
yeah.
like
No, just so they
shoulder
see him.
cams?
Just so they see him.
Okay.
Long,
Okay.
I'll just say we're going off to look at guns.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Guns, gun barrels, whatever.
nudge, nudge,
Uh,
wink, wink. Say no more, governor.
Right.
fine. Okay. And what do the rest of you do? I think if you're strangers, you're not really bothered. You have a decent array of weapons, and from a distance, a pistol looks like a pistol. Um,
But
doesn't attract any particular
we're all the
attention.
people dancing and stuff.
Um, I'm gonna say, oh, is there a dance area here? Well, I was just kind of recycling a map. Let's see,
Might be in
back
another room.
rooms. Yeah, yeah. The back room is more like an office. Oh, I'm gonna say that I may have done it differently here, but through this door there is this area here, which is a blank, which is set up like kind of a disco, and I wonder if I can get the. Ooh, yeah, I was trying to see bad
Hey,
dance club music.
Costa,
I'm gonna try to.
you want to
I'm gonna
dance?
try to
Get
play it
some.
again, but I never hear it myself. Let me try it here.
You want
Yeah,
to
Oh, I
dance
know
to
what to
some
do.
techno? Some of Pierre's
Yeah,
low grade techno.
let's see. Yeah, it's. I'll give you a quick sample. The odd thing is that there we go. I can hear it. Does
Wow.
everybody hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing of my own creation on a gizmo I once had. Yeah. Okay,
Like a
so
little
dance
robot
music of a
dancing.
sort.
Hmm.
Hey, I'm 3 or 4 rounds in, so I'm keen.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
out there.
I'm going.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going dancing. I'm gonna go and
all right.
strut my
Heck
stuff and
yeah.
try
I'm
and
going to
pick
Now
up
I
grab
the
can
you
girl.
hear it.
by the hand and see. Let's go.
Okay, now I can hear it. Does everybody hear that?
Doc
Yeah,
Edstrom
yeah.
can
Yep.
cure me in the
Great.
morning.
Okay, so you do meet very congenial people. Uh, some of them even take off their gun belts to go dancing and leave their guns with friends or something. Okay, that's enough of that.
Come on, we'll
Trying to,
drag Astria
trying
to
to,
the dance floor.
Awesome
I was trying
sauce.
to break
No.
beat.
Awesome sauce. I
It
can
was
just see
good.
this little animated robot style techno.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
is RUR with you? That would be
Oh
bonus.
yeah, there you go.
I don't
I would
think
RUR
thought
he
isn't
came
with
along.
you, is
No, I
he?
think he stayed back at the ship.
Too
But this
valuable,
would have
yeah.
been a good experience for him.
So
But
Captain Derwat, no RUR is on ship. Yeah, I
he's with the
think
captain.
you want to introduce some subjects to RUR most slowly and carefully, like Okay, whoops, sorry, sorry. Uh, okay, so there is a dance room, and I guess in the corner would be a DJ. Very unfamiliar music to you, since it's hard for music to travel and be a hit
Mhm.
everywhere, and especially across a language barrier. Um, but it's basically typical dance music, and I gave some links to other dance music in the actual Verdulan language, if anybody's interested in that. Uh, that was in the whatever in the session summary. Okay, so you have a good time in general. I'm going to sort of telescope the time or montage it. Let me see about things that might happen, good or bad. Make a secret roll. This is completely off the top of my head.
The way to do it.
The
Somebody's gonna bump into Tomo and that'll be it. Tomo will get pissed and punch him. And then I'll have to
Yeah.
stand and we'll get a big old bar brawl. Pow, pow, pow,
Oh
pow.
no.
Well, there's a lot of restraint here because everybody's armed. It's like sort of being in school
Yeah,
with lots of
sort of
muscular
like
teachers.
Russia and the United States with the nukes. So nobody wants to fire off and kill each other.
And
Mm,
the most armed people here are the bouncers. So, I
yeah,
think there's a
sure.
great enforced kind of politeness. It's like if all your teachers were Arnold Schwarzenegger,
You
who
don't
would
want to
start a
mess with
schoolyard
Tomo.
fight?
Don't want to piss Tomo off. No.
Yeah.
Homo is a contender with the bouncers, I would think,
He's
but
a
few
persuade
people
what, 4 or
are.
some shit like that? Tomo.
Three, three
What
Three.
was
minus
that?
That's pretty good.
a social standing.
Yeah.
Depending on what he does, I'll probably even remove the social standing minus because other things might come into play. Okay, but that's very good. Now, um, actually, I think overall the rolling is sort of telling me that things are very positive.
Good. No
If
fight.
you start dancing and you try to just do the dancing alone, sometimes some of you will attract attention. Uh, I don't know who Astria is in with. You see like certain
Are you
people
dancing,
sidling up
Astro?
to you.
I'm not dancing. No, I'm watching you guys
Okay,
dance while sitting at the table.
Okay.
okay.
You
Are you
know,
sitting at the table?
sidle up to some attractive girl. Bear in mind, I'm about 6 rounds in at this stage, and
6 rounds?
I don't
Okay,
know.
four credits
Mm.
each. Are you on your sixth round of drinks? Let's say 3 rounds of drinks have
Get
gone
drunk
by,
and in
so four
trouble,
more
and
credits
Cappy will
each
have to
time.
bail us out.
Have you, you know, have you got any frontier in you?
I got a lot of frontier in me.
You
Oh
guys can
boy.
bail yourselves out.
And if she says no, I'll say, would you like some?
Yeah. I see admin skill being used in the future here. Let me see.
Oh, hell
Like
yeah.
something to do with bail money and whatever. No, there are no laws here, remember. Oh, so it's a totally different way to think. Is Astria alone at the table or are other people remaining seated?
I'd say Virgil
Well,
will still be there in bed.
who's still at the
Okay.
table? I see
Yeah,
lots
oh,
of
because
people at the
they're
table.
I'm going to say that Virgil happens
Mm.
to stay at the table.
Okay, I'll put
Richard
me in the
will
dance
very
floor.
inoffensively try to go dancing. Um, depending on what kind of people you
Offensively.
like. Um, there are people if you're all into females, if different kinds of females might approach you, and you sort of give them the soft negative, or you show more interest, and things might develop from there. So let's say that a fun evening can develop. Um, uh, you didn't rent out any hotel rooms here, anything like that, but presumably you want to meet or have encounters other than on the ship. Um, if you want a hotel room, you can get a hotel room very quickly and easily here. It's sort of all hours. Ships arrive and leave all the time, so hotels open all the time. I'll say no more. I'll kind of draw a veil on that sort of stuff,
Right.
but
Could I
it's
just ask
basically
how much the cost for it and a hotel room for an hour is?
hourly. Ooh,
Well, I don't
okay,
know. Is he
just an
taking me to
hour.
his place, or am I gonna have to go and rent a place?
Uh, let's say he has a decent enough place,
Sweet. Okay then.
so no outlay, no fees,
All right.
no hotel fee.
Jesus,
Uh,
Sisri, one round and you're anyone's.
No, 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 no. One round in that mine. And of course I am using protection.
yeah,
Of course.
What,
he had a legitimate
is that your pistol?
No, 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 no,
he
no.
had a legitimate
Well,
conversation starter.
it includes my pistol, but yeah,
Oh, you're keeping your weapon holstered.
yeah.
Okay, fine. And once again, for the third time,
We're talking about guns here, aren't we?
I don't know what they're talking about, and on the
Right.
record, for the record, I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, okay, so that's I'm sort of going to draw a conclusion on that general scene. I'm sorry I didn't have any unique maps, but it's a typical fun time. You're off into another day, though. Let me update the calendar, by the way. We were day 101 landing. You probably verged into midnight, past midnight on day 102. You're now in Prenglaro. Um, let me see. You had the message. Okay, I'm just going to say land on Prenglaro. Message from Brianna.
Did that message get relayed back to the rest of us, or was it just to the captain?
It's a message intended for the particular ship. Captain is the one who receives ship transmissions. Usually, I didn't hear that anybody was a particular
Yeah.
dedicated communications officer or anything
Well,
like that. So the captain
did
would pick
he
it up.
did he give it to the rest of us?
I assume so. Justin, would
Sure, I would
Captain
give it to the
Wilsonbeer would
rest
have
of them.
just communicated? Yeah.
Do you guys think we might be in trouble with the boss here?
Well, you
Which
get the
boss?
impression that you're being given some leeway to do your own thing until you settle into learn. You're going to learn the territory. You're going to sort of develop some profit from there. So I'm going to say with the particular bar, Che Yulia or Yulia's bar, you had a good time and you verge into a new day. I'm going to call a short self break here for 2 minutes. You can discuss what you want to do next. And let me just disconnect for just a moment.
Okay, dokie.
Nice.
Do you think? Do you guys think that this the stuff we're smuggling
Smuggling.
for the bloody rat people?
The reptilians?
Yes.
Mm.
Do you? What do you think? What do you think what do you think the end game of that is? Some sort of revolution on their
Oh,
homeworld or something? Or
Possibly, I don't know.
kick the humans
Maybe.
out? Or
Yeah.
possibly.
That's why we're going to charge extra.
Which you can't sell.
Oh, it's all
Hmm.
profit for the
We're going to
captain.
charge extra for this crown and weapon.
Well, the fact that the crown is made of something different. Have I even seen the crown?
I don't think any of us have actually seen the
no,
crown.
it's
I haven't
sealed in
opened
the
it up.
container.
But we've
Yeah.
talked about it. It has been talked about in the group.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, right. The fact that how it's made is different to the others and has some sort of significance, obviously.
Yeah.
Everything else is of wood. This is wood and metal. What would the metal do, if anything? What does it represent? What does it do? Do we know what?
I rolled a 4 on my research roll. I have
Yeah, I
no
got a
clue.
5. I mean, is it a very rare metal? Is it monetary value? Is it rarity value? is it actually some sort of device built into the bloody crown? Because why would you go against tradition when you're crowning your kings by building something that you don't normally use? Just saying. Have we been told we can't open the crate to look at it?
Well, it's sealed.
I don't
I mean,
think so.
isn't
I
it?
don't
Oh,
think
it's
we're,
sealed.
we're specifically told, but I don't really want to risk it.
Well, if we weren't told, we're
Okay,
not
I'm
breaking
back.
any rules.
Any discussion or any
Mm-hmm.
ideas of note?
Just wondering why this crown is a little bit different to the others.
Yeah, I was talking about that. The more than one character was trying to research the crown of whatever. Um, in history, the Sabrets had tribal kings, and 1,000 years ago, there's a famous king of that name. But the crowns would fit in between their lower eyes and their upper eyes, so it was like a circlet of wood. But this crown
Is
is
wood
a
and
little bit
metal.
different because it has like a metal circlet going all around the exterior part of the wood.
Okay
So
then.
it could have been a prestige crown. You don't know if the original Sabrets could have worked this or not. Worked metal like that. That's unknown. Like I said, you were researching this with a shipboard library. So I said just two facts. There was a king of that name 1,000 years ago, and the other fact is that they did have crowns of this sort, and it marked kingship or
Right.
rulership, let's say,
And we're not going to
male or
find
female
any major
rulers.
information on this planet because it doesn't even have an interweb.
Well, I think you can probably get much more information if you get to Flostono
Yeah.
next.
But do
So
we want to have a
keep
look at
that
the
in
crown,
mind.
Captain? If we haven't been told, don't open it.
Well, it's generally unethical for
Yeah.
opening cargo
Unethical.
you've been
Someone's
entrusted
about to
with.
charge extra for it, supposing that it could lead to a rebellion. Someone
Oh,
here
is
has done smuggling. Come on. Some
that what
people of us have, yeah.
unethical means to you? Charge a higher fee? Is that
All
what you
right,
mean?
That's
Tomo,
unethical.
you're the boss on this. What do you know
What?
about smuggling?
I
Oh
was actually
God,
I
looking
here
at
don't
we
know
someone
go
with a
now.
enough.
phosphor label, but anyway.
Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't really do a lot of that kind of stuff. I was mostly like
Hmm.
just broke people's legs.
What?
He's the guy you got to talk to, man.
Yeah, phosphor's your
Yeah.
for that.
God.
Ron
Oh,
is the
okay.
guy to talk to.
Phosphor, do you have any reason why you would smuggle a wood and metal crown?
If you're saying something, Ronnie, we can't hear you.
Hmm.
Maybe he stepped away.
No, his name's lighting up, but
Oh, there we go.
there we go.
Oh,
There you go.
Microphone was disconnected.
Okay.
What? Okay.
His microphone got disconnected.
Yeah, it was like cut off. Okay.
Oh.
Crap. I was Okay, from what Nasarni Paul Nachalnaran said, I gathered that this crown is mostly valuable as a historical and cultural thing. That what we're dealing with here is political jockeying between different groups of Savrets or something. And we're basically transporting it from one group to another, which will increase their political power over the other groups. And it's not actually illegal what we're smuggling. It's just the other groups don't want it moved.
Well, there seems to be some kind of difference of opinion, which you weren't too clear on. The natives
Yeah.
on Flastono want to negotiate a better standing with the Verdulan Federation, and it might mean a return of native lands and that sort of thing. And generally, people are favorable to that, but the
Yeah.
legal things have been dragged on for many years now because, despite themselves, the disunited communes are, there's some who are naturally going to be opposed to change. So it's the usual story, something like in Earth history. I take no sides about that, but the people on the ground seem to be all in favor of it, humans and Savrettes, to rework how they share this world. And the only real resource, as I said, is tourism. But if a Savret leader was to reassume the crown again, it might sort of add more prestige to the proceedings. And I don't know if I hinted about that in the previous session, but the crown
Yeah,
is either valuable if somebody wears it or if it is displayed to emphasize that native Savrets did have a
yeah,
history,
yeah. That's kind of
something
what I
like
got.
that. Yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
it's very possible that this other faction sort of was opposed for some reason, and you didn't get to that because you were rushing away. You were like repelled, like I don't know, repelled like what's a good analogy for being repelled? You were repelled from the police, like I don't know,
Like magnets,
like
like
water is
opposite
repelled by
magnets.
a
Anti-water
waterproof
stuff.
coating. Yeah, yeah. You skidded away quickly enough. Anyway, you didn't get much idea about why this other faction called the cops into this meeting where you were, but you fled and that was it. So let's see. So do you actually want to try to dig up the crown from the cargo storage? Do you actually want to unlock the cargo bin? Again,
Well,
it's not a single person's decision.
if it's a vote, I'm putting my hand up.
We're gonna check the bin.
All right, I want votes from my crew. Who votes
Yeah,
yes?
nah,
Um, what is the purpose really?
yeah.
make
There's no
money.
money in that.
No, besides making money. Anywhere you go, you can make money. But what's the true purpose?
Exactly.
There is no purpose. We can't make any money doing that. It'll just annoy people.
Big fats also.
You've been entrusted with this 6 tons of cargo. You're going to be paid 10,000 per ton per parsec, and you're traveling 4 parsecs to Flastono. So that's
A lot of
40,000
money
credits per
for a
ton.
piece of wood and iron or metal.
Well, you're
Oh,
mostly carrying gold bullion, so
oh yeah.
to entrust it
Toma, what do
safely
you
with you,
think?
that's also of value.
Open or leave closed?
Yeah.
Leave it closed. If we're gonna sell it, we can't sell it that's been tampered with.
Not selling it, you're delivering it. You're going to be paid a flat
Well,
fee
that's
like
even worse.
very
We shouldn't
expensive
deliver
freight.
Yeah,
it. We shouldn't deliver it if it appears to be tampered.
yeah. Agreed.
So leave it.
No one said I was
Okay.
tampering with it. Just want to look at it.
Savrets are likely to know
Oh,
they are smaller and have 4 eyes
oh,
and can detect things. They can probably see into the microscopic range in a way you can't.
I would smack his fingers if he tries to touch it. Back away.
So Jen seems to be opposed, and I think she might be bringing a scientific perspective to it, that it's
Stick with Jen
too
also
detectable.
and Ronnie. I'm opposed.
Yeah. And Jen says something.
Mhm,
Sorry, Astria
mhm,
says something. Sorry, Astria says something to the
mhm,
effect that it's too detectable, and the Savrets have
mhm.
bigger eyes for their body mass and can start to see smaller things, so they'll detect tampering better than
Yeah,
better than
and you
Well,
could
human would.
never tamper something that you were being paid to deliver anyway.
no, I'm with you.
Shame, shame,
One word, people.
Exactly.
Ethics, ethics, ethics.
shame.
Ethics.
Ixnay.
No, I don't want to
I
do that either.
stand with
If
you.
But
and
what's the
I can
rest of the
make it a
vote?
subject. Yeah, I
We
can
got
make it a
three.
subject of a persuade rule. Astria can
No.
persuade the group that it's a
Mhm.
bad idea.
All right. Well, oof,
Tom
I
always
think
listens
we
Or
to
made
what
a
Doc Astria
persuade
has to
roll.
say.
it doesn't
Like,
even have to be a roll.
Ever since prison.
Well, there you go.
persuade.
Four to
I
whatever.
don't
That's
have
carried, so that's fine.
persuade. What
I
else do you
want
need five for? Don't
persuaded then.
persuade. Knockheads.
You've got
Hmm?
you've got social status. You're
Well,
smart. You've got education.
Justin did something with Captain Durwat when Captain Durwat wanted to persuade some Savrets to talk about the contents in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
He
Social
drew a gun
status.
on them. May not
Yeah.
have been there, Jen, but it was a pretty wild
Oh.
scene. And then other characters wanted to dissuade Captain Durwat, but Captain Durwat
Yeah.
actually made threats, and
Ooh.
He was doing bad
it's
cop.
bad
Oh,
cop,
goody.
and
All you guys are playing too
Okay,
good of
cop.
cops, which
Yeah.
surprised me.
Too good.
I'm like, I really have to be the one
That-
getting the information.
if
There was
Right.
no need for bad cop in that situation.
if you let the Savrets alone, you'd still not know what the contents of the cargo was.
Yeah.
Now you
And still
know.
wouldn't care.
So some people here know but don't care. Some people know and want to open it up and find out more about the crown directly. Or you can wait till you go to Flostone, and you may hopefully find much more information available without opening the crate.
The only other thing I
Up to
wanted
you.
to get on Plengaro
Trust.
is a nice souvenir T-shirt.
Look, if we show trust, they
I
might
want
even
some
indulge in
souvenir
information.
armor and weapons.
Yeah. Trust is
I'm
important
sorry.
for making connections.
Can you say that
Yeah.
again, Justin?
I want some
And
souvenir armor
connections
and
where
weapons.
money comes from.
Try to say
Well,
something.
you do. Yeah,
Yeah.
Your
I
guy's
said you could
trust turns
buy.
on
I
and off
said you
like a
could
light
buy things at.
switch.
You could buy things at standard rates. I said that's what you can do. It's just that the manufacturer will be different. If we were playing Traveler 5th Edition, we would have little stats about quality, how fast an item wears out, etc., etc.
Yeah. Ah,
Levels and things like that. Do you want to buy? Do you want to buy any special weapons here?
no.
Yeah, let me look.
The whole place is low tech, and they depend
He
on
wants
imports
the
to import
chair.
higher tech weapons. Weapons are Verdulan make, but you can possibly find dealers who deal in foreign weapons, and that would be the frontier manufacturers that you're familiar with. It's rarer here. Sorry, I'm just spitballing here. I'm just free associating. It's to make it a totally free sandbox. If you want to buy weapons here, but anyway, what do you do day 102 other than nurse a hangover? Thoughts? Okay, well
No,
here's a good thing to insert. Let me see.
yeah.
You are on your landing bay. You have presumably gone indoors so that
Mhm.
your ship has been uh, moved indoors to a docking bay, pressurized. So you can leave your ship, go into the next to the other docking bays. Um, there is somebody local who leaves a message to the captain of the ship. Basically, the Starport Authority can allow uh, written messages to go to the thing, and it's basically email is all they have. They don't really have an internet yet, of sorts. But there is somebody who says that she has a name. Let me just see. Well, she gives her name as, if I can find the sheet. Yeah, here it is. Name is Vaishali Renfieldo. She says that she's a dealer in weapons, and she's interested in transferring 25 tons of weapons to um, point to a certain party, a certain concern in Flostono. No, she's interested in selling these weapons, and she's wondering if, as a new ship arrived, that you're interested in that. So she sort
Sorry,
of leaves
in,
an email
in
like that.
buying and buying the
Yeah,
weapons off
she's
them.
asking if you're interested in buying the weapons, and she talks about 25 tons of weapons,
We're going on a law
legal by
level 3
Flastono
world.
standards. Yeah.
All right, we might have a look at these weapons.
And the base price quoted is, well, if you look at the book enough, it's actually illegal weapons level. Yeah, so she quotes
Oh
a
boy.
gagging price. Oops, where was I? Damn, wrong page, wrong book. I missed the yeah, I lost the trade page again. Oh, here it is. There it is. Weapons illegal. The base price is actually 150,000 per ton. She says she's trying to move that, and she does mention Flostono.
Why is Flostono a good place to sell weapons when it's a beach resort?
Good
It's a
question.
rich planet. I would say it's a good place to move things through.
Yeah.
Question is the risk worth it?
Nope.
I don't know. It could be a lot of money.
Let me just phrase the email very carefully. She says she's a dealer in illegal weapons. She says she wants to sell the weapons. And does she give you a commission? Let me see now. No, she wants to sell the weapons to you. You can sell the weapon to a sure buyer on Flostono. A certain party on Flostono wants to buy these weapons, she says. And that's all she says in the email, very short. Gives a communicator number if you want to communicate with her. Name of Vaishali Renfildo. Renfildo is another of those tells that she is an Anglo-Devena, which means that she's descended from frontier English-speaking stock originally who ended up on the Verdulan side of the border. The name in English, of course, would be Renfield.
Yeah, but
So
who
her first name
says
is
that?
Vaishali.
Who sends an
says what?
email? Who sends an email that says that I'm an illegal arms dealer and I want you to sell it? Don't you think that's
Well,
sloppy?
Law levels.
It's gonna be illegal
you know what
here.
they call it? You know what they call an illegal arms dealer on
There's no law level here 'cause
Planlaro?
nobody cares.
An arms dealer.
Yeah, it's illegal at the destination. It's not illegal here.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, the only trouble we would have is when we get to Flostono. We might be in trouble if we get caught. But hey, it's like they say, it's not illegal if they don't catch you.
God.
The problems are probably on the Flostono side.
What if they want to search the ship, though?
Yeah, that's very
Oh,
possible.
then you got to bribe them. Bribe them hard.
God, then it just gets worse.
The apparato will help you, but they're also the customs officers here. And,
It's not like
check
anything
your.
could go wrong.
You have paperwork on little memory sticks or something, and the paperwork has to be proper. People forge paperwork because the star systems are not in perfect communication with each other. They can't be.
Well, I'm not sleeping with anybody.
What? How'd that come up?
Where did that come
Ezra,
from?
you're the only girl.
You mean you're not? Do you mean you're figuratively not jumping in bed with an arms dealer or whatever? Is
That's
that what you
right.
meant?
Exactly.
Figuratively. Let's keep it figurative. Yes.
What
Of
type
course, it's figurative.
bribery else can we do?
Okay. Yeah. Well, again, it's just a suggestion. I leave little hooks in the water. They could be positive jobs. They could be minor red herrings. They could be
Tomo would get
small
into bed
jobs,
with him.
big jobs. I'm just throwing random things at you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to accept everything.
Of course not.
Okay, so you're not opening the crate with the crown
No.
in it. You're not responding to this.
Definite no. That's a breach of a deal.
Do you
No.
do you
No,
make
no.
do you make an email response or do you just ignore the email?
I think maybe there should be a response to some degree, so she won't come back and say, "Hey, are you guys still interested?" Just shut that down, you know? Yeah. Just shut it down.
Okay, so you want to gently refuse? Is that the
Yeah.
idea?
That is
Okay.
correct.
Nothing more sooner. So does the captain and the others agree?
We couldn't afford 150 grand, could we?
That's a
Yeah.
major point. Yeah, 150 grand per ton.
Yeah.
And if
Thank
she
you very
starts,
much. Let's get to
it's like,
stick to
hey,
normal business.
okay,
Got enough shit going on.
okay. All right, now you have sold cargo. You've partied. Do you want to pick up cargo? Oh, actually, I've worked things out to be a little quicker. I've worked out Prenglar to Flastono trade opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
and here's what it looks like. Okay, so this is the raw utility, but I had to translate it a bit because more than one price was from Mongoose One. And it was wrong. So I have here's in the I guess it'll look better in the Discord chat. Here is what I've posted. So these are things that are available for going from Prenglaro to Flostona, which is where you want to dump the Savret cargo. Um, you will be able to find, well, you have two high passengers already. You will be able to find sufficient low passengers, given the
Okay.
population is high enough here. Um, People who can afford to go to Flostono and go to a resort place there.
Good.
Freight is available in different lots. That's fine.
Great.
Mail, we've never handled Verdulan mail. You have to have a special setup for that.
Mm.
And then there's goods like 60 tons common electronics, 50 tons common industrial goods, 30 tons common manufactured goods, 30 tons raw materials. Ignore the dice modifier next to each amount, but it's the
Okay.
type of cargo, base price per ton, and ignore the DM after that. Illegal weapons. No, oh, sorry. Illegal weapons was the deal that Vaishali was giving you 25 tons of illegal weapons, but you said no. And the rest of the stuff is more conventional. So Justin and Antar, you can have a look at that and decide what kind of deal might be best. Ronnie still is holding 10 tons of space for spices. You have 10 tons. Let me see. Right now, you have 10 tons occupied with. Let me just move the map again. All right, going back
We
to
got
the general map.
21 tons of
Yeah, just to
the
review what's in
special
your ship
freight
right.
and the luxury
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so 5 tons of luxury goods, which were what you picked up at Flostona to eventually get to Technica. It's been 4 more weeks.
Yep.
3 weeks. And 10 tons of spices and still 6 tons of the special freight. Well, I call it the Savret freight to Flostona. I'm going to put the word Savret so it's clear in there. You know what the freight is, but you haven't opened it up yet. 2 high passengers you still have going to Flostono. So you can pick up 7 low passengers if you want. For a jump 2, they're going to pay again 1,600 each. So arranging 7 low passengers is easy. I don't do the low lottery thing because it's way too macabre and it's unlikely. With Astria's
Yeah.
skill, it's very unlikely to, to achieve anything. People would be betting for nothing in the house would get it. Oops. And but what is your major trade? What do you want to buy?
And that's Cappy. Cappy,
I
get
don't
to
know.
it.
I'm doing too many things.
Well, you gotta get to it. We gotta make money. You're the money man. I just fly the ship and
Okay.
have bourbon.
By the way, I'll note that Tony has not come
Yeah.
back. He
Yeah, his
did he
brother
say
came
he?
in. He's got a lot going on.
Yeah. Okay. Situations. Uh, I'm probably missing a. Oh, I think I missed placing notes in the proper place.
Alright, we'll start a page and
Okay, so you pick up 7 low passengers. Put down a
Yep.
series of trades that are possible. They're in the fixed tonnage of lots. You have to decide if you want to
they're
take
all
the cargo.
negative.
You can ignore the DM because I don't know if the DM really means anything. This was a beta tested kind of thing. What you're looking at is, since you're going to a rich world, Flostono is rich. It would almost be a garden world, except it has too much water. I might even allow garden as a trade code. So rich, maybe garden. You are on a world which, as you know, as the map says, Prenglaro is. Sorry, not the map, but the handout says Glar is non-agricultural, non-industrial. So you're going from non-agricultural, non-industrial to rich, and maybe I'd even allow garden world if garden is a factor. And we
But
established that
really
maybe
wanted some spices.
Ronnie will probably have better luck getting a better price for his spices, which are still fresh, vacuum sealed and all that, vacuum packed.
What are luxury goods? Ooh, luxury goods. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's buy some luxury goods.
We have
Okay,
the
so
money for that.
luxury.
Yeah.
4 tons.
Yeah.
4
It's
tons at
800.
200,000. Can you scare up a total of 800,000 tons? Given that you're, I don't know if you want to bet the whole farm.
Yeah.
I can bet the whole farm if I
Yeah.
roll
Plus
good.
4 is.
Really?
Yeah. Plus 4 is a good bonus to get.
Ship has 100,000 credits of reserve funding, and company profits.
Yeah.
Above that are 245,570. And you want to try to buy 4 tons of luxury goods, or you can break the lot and carry only 1 ton or 2 tons.
We might have to do that.
Maybe. Do you want to actually sink the whole of the company profits into one particular thing? I would bet half at
Yeah,
most.
I haven't talked to Brianna yet. So it's do or die.
Okay, yeah, and day
We
120
might
is
have
coming.
a new Cappy if he doesn't make this deal don't go right. Brianna might be giving him his walking papers. I'm just flying the ship. I'm saying the word.
Brianna might be more lenient. I'm just retconning a bit here that you are expected to make a general overall profit. You're getting involved in other things, and you may have to explain what you were doing on Ribicure. Why did you detour two jumps to Ribicure? That's 4 parsecs. Okay, 4 parsecs to Ribicure. She probably
Just
asked
tell
me
her money.
I want to see if Captain Durwat composes an email to send back to Brianna, who does have a specific address near Prenglar. I mean, not Prenglar, Fentara, the Fentara system.
I got admin. I can make a good admin
You remember
role
she
or a
orbits
diplomat
Fentara's
role.
sister planet. Sorry, I spoke over you, Justin. What did you say?
It'll be a few weeks or a month before she gets the message anyway. So.
Figure emails go at jump 4 on average.
I gotta zoom in back into the map. We're at Prengarlo. It's got a jump 4, so it's not gonna make
1, 2, 3, 4,
2
5.
weeks anyway.
5.
Don't forget we have jump 6.
So it'll be 2 weeks for a message. No matter what, 2 weeks for a message to get to Fentara.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you, Tony.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
We can send it diplomatically. Isn't that jump 6?
It is.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, it's jump 6, but
1 week.
from some point where jump 6 is stopped, and I can tell you now that won't be Pringlana.
Well, there's a diplomatic network, which is like a prestige communication thing, and since you have a diplomatic trade, you're considered diplomatic trade envoys from Prideo, which is in the Calcaneo system. He gave you access to that, so that's jump 6. Write an email address for a known person on a known world, and it'll get to them at jump 6 rates on tiny, super fast diplomatic courier ships. And nobody between you and the Fentaran would be allowed to read that communication.
Yep.
If you want to do that, that's fine. So she'll find out in 1 week if Justin, you want to compose an answer on behalf of the ship. I'm laying really heavy things to you, so I don't know what you're thinking about that. I don't want the game to stall. Do you want to move to something else? You can
Let's
think
try to
about it
buy these
later.
luxury goods, and then I'll
Yeah.
write
Okay.
up
So
my
let's
email
focus on that.
later.
Luxury goods. How much money do you have to spend?
Don't we have a shipment to deliver? Or have we
Yeah.
delivered it?
No, we have. I don't think so.
So
To review, this is what your ship has right now. You have spare space to buy other stuff. So the current cargo looks like, well, okay, high passengers are not cargo, but I'll throw that in as well. This is from the Steppenwolf sheet right now. Now, the luxury goods, you have no idea what it is. The Savret freight, you know what it is. 10 tons
that's
of
how many
spices, Ronnie.
total credits the ship has.
Yeah.
So I could buy like 1 3/4
So
if I
3
don't
tons.
get a good buy.
Do characters want to add to this total with their own funds?
I don't have much left, so
Yeah,
No, I'm
I don't
out.
have much
I'm just
personal
piloting for
accounts.
my salary.
I got like 29K, and that's it. It won't get us up
Because
to 400.
you sunk your money in the
I'm
spices.
down to that as well.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My money's
Okay.
sitting in a warehouse on Flostona.
I
yeah,
know all
ditto.
ours
Yeah.
is.
Ditto.
Well.
So
Okay.
is mine.
I got money in that warehouse too.
Same here.
You want to ask the trader to buy 3 tons of luxury goods and pay some kind of whatever the penalty is to split a lot?
Or
Can we
well,
penalty
afford
for splitting a lot?
600,000?
600. What? How?
No, we don't have that
you
much.
can't. We can only buy
We got
1, maybe 2 if we're really lucky.
345,000 is what we get.
hmm
Hmm.
If you bargain well, you can lower the base price, of course.
Yeah,
Knowing
let's bargain well.
but they know that it's a rich world. Let's see.
Ronnie, you want to
Luxury
help me?
goods.
Yeah, I can try and help him bargain it down. We'll do the fast talking tag team thing. See what happens.
Yeah.
Actually, I think by the rules, the price goes up on the purchase price because you subtract any DM from the sale column. And oh no, that's for the world that you're on. I hope.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay. So let's see.
Is there any way to threaten him subtly?
Threaten.
Yes.
You have a broker skill of
Let's
2.
stop.
The opposition has a broker skill. I don't see any factor that applies in that case if we're talking about just what's on this world. So
No,
boy, it
like,
looks like a straight 3d6 roll for you.
so I was thinking like, oh, very much like Odo. Oh, the walls have got to come. The code, the code, the new code for storage is sort of thing. Make up some stuff and lie and sell him a bunch of lies. That you know.
You roll well, you can possibly buy 2 tons by paying all your
Mm-hmm.
ship fund. If not, you can just buy 1 ton. You got an average 3d6 roll, no particular modifier as far as I can see. Broker is level 2, you're level 2.
Can I assist?
Oh yeah, there's the assist mechanism as well. Okay, so roll your broker skill to see if you can
All
assist
right.
Captain Derwatt. Sorry, I forgot about that. I might have affected the previous sale.
Yeah, there we go. Get a +1.
Okay, a success. Okay, so Justin can roll 3d6 +2 -2 +1, or just 3d6 +1 broker.
10.
Ah,
Very average.
yeah. Yeah,
Good. Okay, so
below
that
average for
makes.
+1.
Okay, well, you
Below
got a
average.
slight reduction. 10 means a 90% purchase price. So that's not enough to bring down, not enough to buy 2 tons, though.
How much are we short for 2 tons?
2 tons at 90% is 360,000 credits.
Oh,
No, I
You
don't
don't
have
have
that much.
360,000
I have
credits.
29,000 I could put in.
I've got like
So I think,
6.
yeah, I could put in
29.
20,000, bring us to or I guess I could put in 25,000 to bring us to 360.
Is that
But
ship
what do we get?
What about, is that ship funds? What about company funds?
That's all the funds. That's
Yeah,
Okay,
ship
that's all the
and
fun.
company's funds.
Oh,
Yeah.
we only need 15,000. Okay, I could put in 15,000.
You want to put in 15,000 and
Yeah,
leave?
for the good of the crew and keep the boss off our backs.
All right.
I could put in
Yeah,
15,000
the actual
also.
figure is.
I could put in 15,000 also.
15 will cover it. It'll bring us up to 360,000, which is 2 tons.
Okay, then
I
I'm
have
out.
the math
You got it.
correct. It's like this: you need only 14,430 credits to cover things. But I remind you
I'll
that
hold on to the 570 into the company fund.
I remind
Well,
you
we
that the
better
lot
get
was
this right
broken
or we're in
because you're.
trouble.
See, you're taking 2 tons instead of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Where in the book does it talk about breaking a lot?
Usually 10% if it's similar to old classic.
Well, this is, yeah, it's similar to class.
Ooh, that
That's
could be a
right.
problem. Yeah.
Well, it could be 5, but
10% adds 306, or no, adds 36,000 more. Maybe I'll give you a break on that, but you did have a +1 factor from assistance or persuading things. In the end, the nature of this world might help because there's just not enough ships with money around here. So maybe the trade factor will let it go and try to move his 2 tons in some other way with some other trader. Not mentioned about breaking lots. Find a supplier.
Come on, you're not gonna get a better deal than this.
Okay. So he's going to do it at cost, the 360,000. So who contributes 14,430?
I'll just contribute 15,000 even, and then I'll let
Fantastic.
the captain figure it out from there.
Yep. I like it. All right, let's
Okay, so
edit
the
the ship
figure, the
log.
missing figure was 14,430 credits. You have no ship funds, no cash reserve,
We got some ship.
and
We got 570 ship fund.
got what? Oh, right. Because you had 345,570 total credits. You're short 14,430 credits.
Yeah,
Who
I paid
contributed
in
that? Monty?
15,000, which I gave him 15,000,
Monty?
so it's 360,570. Leaves 570 credits in the ship funds.
Okay, and this creates a wicked split of profits later. Have to
Yeah,
actually
I'm not gonna
calculate it,
worry about it.
lots of decimal points,
Yeah,
ship funds, all. So if
this is
your
pot
jump drive needs a little band-aid to act as like a kind of rotary belt, you won't be able to even afford a band-aid. I hope you know that. I
Yep.
hope you realize that.
Yeah.
Be
Well, we're
We're
dream
gonna
gonna
have
big.
to
make
do some
money when we
heavy
get there.
loans.
You don't make an omelette without breaking eggs,
Okay.
do you?
All right. you have 2 tons, so you occupy, and okay, 2 tons plus 5 plus 10 plus 6 makes 23 tons out of 63 tons. So you actually have 40 tons of empty cargo space left. Want to take it all in freight?
Mail doesn't pay higher, does it?
You're not set up for Verdulan mail, and I don't know if
Oh.
the Verdulan people are that trusting yet to let frontier ships pick up Verdulan mail. Maybe you can eventually set things up, but I'm going to say that kind of thing happens in the frontier.
It was
If you're
1% for
set up
you.
with a mail vault. That
Sorry, it was 1% if you split it up, not 10%. Just for future reference.
1% only?
Yeah, if you split it, 1% of the
Oh,
total
okay.
value.
All right. Sure, you can tell me the page number later.
Oh, no. That was in the classic book. Sorry.
Oh, classic stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, just 1%. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was more, but anyway,
Yeah.
he doesn't charge you any penalty. He moves 2 tons with you and 2 tons somewhere else. I'll figure out the wicked split of profits later. Okay, so you load up. What do you do with the 40 tons remaining cargo space?
I think we're just gonna buy freight. We're check that it's going to Flastono, and we got like more than a week on it to land it and drop it off.
Yeah. Freight lots are rolled, and there's tons and tons available, meaning that this is a populated enough world, so there's no surprise there. And for the record, Ronnie's share, the cargo works out to 0.008333% on his 14,000, whatever. So for the record. Okay, so just 40 tons of cargo, freight, that's good, because if you sell freight at a fixed rate to carry freight 2 parsecs, once again, you've done this many times before, gets you 1,600 per, no, is that 1,600 per ton? Yes, 1,600 for 2 parsec trips. When you arrive, and 5% of that will be crew bonus. Okay, so you're loaded up. How's your fuel situation?
Oh, I didn't pay for fuel yet. Oh, that's a good thing. Oh,
We might have to
What?
refine.
We have to skim.
I can
We don't
still
have
spot
any
the
money
ship.
left.
How much is it going to cost?
I got 16 grand left, I think, or
I've
19.
Yeah, I
got
got 14.
26,000.
I got 16
Uh,
left.
I got 20-some
I
thousand.
have,
You can borrow it and pay me back. We got to buy fuel.
oops, I keep dropping my roll 20, coming back in. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm sorry if I'm sounding slowed down, but the caffeine in the Pepsi has worn off. Let's see. I'm just checking about the quality of the starport here. Penglaro is C, so they probably
You
have
only have
only
unrefined.
unrefined fuel available. You can refine it. So if you bought, let's say if you bought fuel, you would have enough time to put it through your refining system and have only refined fuel, by juggling between tanks or whatever, and do it in the day that you've spent so far. So you buy at 100 credits per ton, and what did you need? 40 tons? Top off your tanks again. So 4,000 credits for unrefined fuel. How much life support do you have? This is just very mundane details, I know. But looking at the Steppenwolf
I think
sheet,
we had a couple months. Yeah.
Yeah,
When
life
is it?
support,
It's
8 people
probably
for
on a
3
ship.
maintenance periods. Yeah, 4-week periods. But your trip to Ribicure and back is a month. The equivalent number in days. You took off at day 70, whatever, 78, 79, and
Did we
then
subtract for day 90?
you did take care of pay on day 90. Is it pay you're talking about? Or do you mean that you subtracted day 90?
Yeah, so we should have got paid and we should have taken off a month of life support. I don't know if we did.
So you have 2 maintenance periods at this point, right? So life support, you want to bring down the 3 to 2? Is that what you mean?
Yep.
Okay. You should
Well,
figure
no,
out
we're not going to
per
get to 120 yet, are we? We're only on 110.
quite. Yeah, but do you have enough to last till day 120 if you're calculating per month during these weeks in jump? Remember, you were
Where's
not in jump
Stefano?
for a whole week during Flostono, so that doesn't count.
Oh, so we do got.
Yeah, you really should calculate according to weeks of jump. I'm going to say you have 2.5 maintenance periods at this point instead of 3. So let me just arbitrarily rule of 2.5 maintenance periods, which works out to 10 weeks of life support. You don't necessarily have to buy more.
Okay.
Doesn't take significant storage. So at this point, but you may want to calculate week by week. So on Prenglaro, 2.5 maintenance periods for the whole crew. That's fine. So I would say that even without buying life support, you're ready to take off. So let's go to Flostono. Does anybody want to buy weapons or something? Well, it's does anybody want to buy absolutely legal weapons or anything else on Prenglaro?
No.
Yeah, I'm going to
Oh, there you
buy.
go.
Nope. No, mine's glitching out.
It is
I'm-
law level 0, man.
I'm
0.
buying cloth, reflect, a Gauss rifle, and a shotgun. And then I have to figure out how much that's all going to cost me.
Can I buy
Okay.
a laser carbine?
Yes, you can. The prices.
I'm practicing energy weapons for my skill.
Okay, here's the thing. The prices are going to be standard list price. Prices actually could go. They're not necessarily cheaper here because it's a low-tech world, but the ease of obtaining weapons is easy. I'm going to say one thing though. The standard price over here, for paying the standard price in the whatever catalog. Oops. Counter. There it is. Weapons. uh,
Who
if
paid
you pay
for
standard.
fuel?
Oh, you don't have ship funds. That's right.
Am I paying
Yeah.
for fuel out of pocket? Because I
You
can
may
do that.
have to.
How much is the fuel?
It was 4,000, right?
Yeah, you don't have ship funds at all anymore.
All right, I'll
I
pay it
could.
out of my pocket because I'm already
Oh,
buying guns.
okay.
Okay, so Captain Derwat pays. Okay,
I'm
now
down to
what?
$1,000.
Once again, I have. Okay, I'm turning to the weapons pages now. When you buy something here, just note that it's a Verdulan make, so it'll be a Verdulan cloth armor, Verdulan reflect armor, and so on, and you have to puzzle out the instruction manual a little bit, but otherwise it won't affect you otherwise. So let me quote prices for armor, built in the British way. Weapon options, explosive. Oh, you can customize your weapons a little bit in this game. Armor. Well, it's not in the weapons section. You got to scroll all the way back to A for armor. Okay. Cloth is. Where's the price table? Price table goes before the descriptions. Again, I'm manipulating the. I'm negotiating the updated rule book. Okay, cloth armor. They got tech level 7 armor at 250 credits or tech level 10 at 500 credits. Despite their low tech, they're importing these things. Jerry, does Brogan want the tech level 7 or tech level 10? It really affords different
level
levels of
10.
protection.
Tech level
Okay.
10.
Okay, so it's a Verdulan brand, but armor is armor. It's the same kind of textile. You pay 500 credits or 1,000 euros about. You get +8 level of kinetic
I wasn't buying
protection.
armor. I was buying I have armor already. I was going to buy a carbine, laser carbine.
Oh yes, okay. So all these other purchases were for Justin. So Justin, cloth armor level 10, tech level 10 is 500. Reflect armor, which is tech level 10, is 1,500.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I subtracted it all.
Okay.
I'm buying
For
a Gauss pistol, a shotgun,
standard book
reflect,
prices.
and
And Jerry,
then
for
where's
a local
armor?
laser carbine,
Yeah.
here it is, laser carbine. Tech level 9, tech level 11 has some small differences in range and power. If you want a
I
tech
get tech
level,
11 here or no?
they can get a tech level 11 as an import. I think I'm going to say with their love of weapons, they're not charging any particularly higher prices. 4,000 credits for a tech level 11
Okay, I'll
laser
buy it.
carbine.
I'll buy it. I'll
Okay.
add it to my character sheet and subtract. How and
It's
what's
sporty plus 3 damage, tech level 11. It has a 200-meter
nice?
base range from which you calculate all the other ranges, and
Okay.
a magazine of 50 shots. Power pack though costs. Oh, the power pack costs 3,000 more. Does that make sense? It's a 0G of
Yeah, so
enabled weapon.
7,000.
Yeah, 3,000 credits with the power pack that's rechargeable. Yeah, so that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Seems a pretty high price compared to the other classic, I think, but
Yeah.
is that it's the higher tech level that you get more damage, a bit more range. But the tech
Okay.
level 9, it's 2,500 with smaller numbers,
And that's a
still 50 shots.
dexterity.
Yeah, that's if you have a dexterity bonus in your energy weapon skill, then you get a dexterity bonus. There's no particular level like Classic Traveler. It's a stat off your roll, DM on your roll. If you're dexterous, if you're more than 8 dexterity, you get a bonus. That's true for all weapons, all energy weapons. Okay. So you can buy that. Justin can buy the things he wanted at a list price. So if you take off, it'll be the usual roles: piloting, investigation, and an engineering role. And it looks like
Okay.
we'll finish perhaps a little earlier than usual because I think some people are asleep.
No, I'm awake for a change.
I'm barely. I'm. I'm barely awake.
Yeah,
Busy week.
I know the feeling. It's been a long week,
yeah,
man.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So piloting role, Jerry,
Okay.
you can
Second.
benefit from an
Just before we
assist if
do
you
that,
really want. Yes.
Pierre, can I'll just contact you separately about the weaponry I want to pick up.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
It's nothing.
Okay.
It's nothing as special, but
secret.
No, it's nothing special. I just come to the
Good
door.
secret.
The sun's too
You
bright.
want like a sling where you can fire all the different rocks you picked up from. No, sorry, Sisri did that. Sisri picked the rock.
13.
I wouldn't be
The
firing
different
rocks at
planet.
anyone.
Pilot roll.
Okay, piloting 13, very good. Astrogation roll. And for all these rolls, somebody else with a skill could assist potentially.
You
Rogan
want
doesn't
me to
like
do the
backseat
astrogation?
drivers.
I think that's bad. We gotta make a roll for
It has the engineering
Richard.
roll
I got
usually.
12 on the astrogation roll, too. So I set the
Okay,
course,
wow.
then we're piloting.
Oh,
Okay, very good. Now, Ved Aria is your main jump drive guy. And in the, of course, from the skill grid, excuse me. Okay, engineering, J drive. Since Richard isn't here, can somebody roll 2d6 plus? Let's see,
On it.
2d6 plus 3 total.
Here we go. Oh, 7.
Ooh, okay, a little bit less than 8, isn't it? Okay, let me see what that does. So there's an effect of -1. I'm gonna, I don't even know what happens on a J drive when you roll a 7. You have a look at the skill description. Engineering, J drive, making a jump. Okay, a certain number of minutes needed. Education bonus, I figured that out, but I still rolled a 7. Okay,
Maybe it takes longer for us to get to hyperspace.
it's probably that you're going to land in some distance. May not land accurately. May not land accurately next to Flostono, apparently. So I don't know if a roll like that you're off by 1 is very ominous, but it's you're gonna have to make up some time for it. But otherwise, you guys take off almost perfectly. You've
Yeah.
reached the jump point, but Ved has signaled that there is a slight fluctuation in the jump envelope, and it sort of creates a standing wave, which will Heisenbergly randomize where you end up. Within probably a matter of millions of miles, not light years, but that's his best guess at things, and you'll find out when you arrive. So you have taken off, and I think this is a good point to leave the session off a little bit early this time. And does anybody have any other business just before you do the jump off?
Nope.
Okay,
No,
so I think we can
good.
end it here, and Steve can end the recording. And
Oh,
thank you very
yep.
much for your participation in the new year.
Thank you, Pierre.
Yeah.